Oh my goodness. There we go. Thank you, Storm. Thank you, Opus, for coming back. Oh, I hate to say this, but if you guys liked the last stream, please give this one a like just so that transfers over. Oh my goodness, we had such a good start to stream despite the scuff. And then the scuff came back with a vengeance, chat. Oh, lordy, lordy. Let's get this full screen. Oh, we were talking too much about World War II, and it was like, that's not your normal stream topic. Oh my goodness, my modem just put a just bolter to its own head and just went, no, it was the modem. I have not had a modem issue in so long that I didn't even think it could have been the modem. Ooh. Oh my goodness, but now I know how not to have that happen again. So the reason that stream completely crashed, baby Jesus, we're back. Ooh. Don't take the Lord's name in vain. Hey, you gotta go to confession for that. But what happened was I was correct that if I close it with Task Manager, I don't even know if this came through on stream, but I need to close OBS with Task Manager. And I cannot close OBS any other way. Even if I reopen OBS to do not restart stream, then close it again, which is what I did to try to reset OBS, that will end stream. So as long as I close it with Task Manager, it won't end stream. Okay. But now I know, so now I know that in the future, that no matter what, I can only close OBS with Task Manager. Because it will naturally, because there is a program in Restream that if OBS closes naturally, even by accident, that if OBS closes, it'll just end my stream on YouTube. Thank you, Restream. Thank you. I was having internet trouble, and Restream was like, I can help you out, bro. Your stream's gone. Just no longer, just wiped from the history books. Oh, it was such a good start to stream, too. Within the first half hour, I had 4 likes. Oh, my goodness, that trickle-down economics ain't coming from me. Oh, goodness. And the matrix of scuffness arises. Man, I thought we got all the scuff out of the way at the start of stream. I thought we got it. I thought we fixed it. Okay. Okay. My router is like over 2 years old, so usually they usually start having trouble after that point. Ooh, but in all honesty, if I upgrade my router, I'll probably be able to get a lower price for my current internet plan. Because I can probably reset my internet plan, and then I should look into that. Ooh, in America, internet plans are weird. Where, you know, after 2 years, your price goes up by 50%. But if you simply ask for a new router and a new plan, you can get it all back down for better internet. I'm not really sure why they do that, but they do that in America. At least they do that in my region. Bad companies. But for those of you who did not join us for last stream, last time on Dragon Ball Z, what we're doing is we're trying to test the viability of doing a drawing stream, you know, drawing on stream. And we had a really good half-hour conversation, and then everything went, and then the Fire Nation attacked. You know, bad times all around. It's only a couple of minutes. It's a couple of minutes, but it's also here's the thing, YouTube is an a-hole, and the algorithm's a bitch. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I shouldn't be cursing this much at the start of stream, because that's gonna hurt me in the algorithm more, but I don't care. The fact of the matter is, all that engagement that you guys are putting in now won't be in this stream. All those chats won't be in this stream, okay? So, like, you guys, that might not as well exist for anyone coming later along, which I don't like, because we are having a good conversation. But in the case of the algorithm, what it does is it makes it so that all that engagement is now no longer organic and natural. You know, it's just, it's stupid. I know I shouldn't be like talking about how like inside baseball. I know I shouldn't, but it's a little frustrating. So I hope you can humor me for that. Ooh. What do we have up here? Man, that was actually one of my favorite times I've talked about the floating docks too. We have Rosa. Why is Rosa here? I need Tomoe Umari. Where's Tomoe? Where's my Tomoe's not up? Everything's just scuff. But I will say my last point is, because I think everyone's here again, if you were here last time and you gave a like, give a like to this stream, because that like does not transfer over because YouTube is a butt munch. Okay, so drawing. No more complaining. We're gonna make the best of what we have. Tomoe. Boom, we have Tomoe up. I really like how this picture came out. Let's see here. Pete and Repeat, two brothers. Ain't that just the way of it? While I'm using a router from my old ISP, and the probably more than 10 years old, but it has a modern and another router in front of it. Just their powers combined, dude. You have the Captain Planet of routers. Don't worry about it. So, wait, what's being talked about? Nothing's being talked about. I was just getting it off my chest about about all the technical difficulties, how everything went wrong. If this stream crashes, if we have a internet connection hiccup for even a moment, we're not gonna try again, okay? This is the third attempt, technically. We're not gonna try again. We're gonna cut our losses, okay? The fact that honestly, I'm gonna be 100% real with you, I shouldn't have tried this. I should not have retried to do this stream. In all honesty, I should have just been like, no, but that's not the kind of person I am. I am a boneheaded fool, chat, okay? I am stubborn. So, let me see here what we have let me get out my reference on my phone. Good lord. Actually, this reminds me. Ryu-wee-woo. I have some drawings to show. I'm starting sketches for the next few poses, because, you know, I'm making progress with the poses that I already have, but, you know, if you don't sketch, you're gonna lose it, which I found out actually here. But we have a new pose for this. I'm not gonna say who this one is, but we have a new pose. Ooh. Oh, why did you do that? We have a new pose. I think it's still pretty vague who that is. That's the first go around at the sketch. Oh my goodness, what? Can I rotate this? Wow, that is in the wrong rotation. These are some more these are very rough sketches, but these are some ideas I have for even more poses. There's actually two Atyas, there's a Lulu Lasso, there's a Junkie, there's a SEPH. So I have a lot of things as I'm getting into rendering these ones. Hello, Ciela. I'm so happy you could be here. I'm so happy you could be here. Why? Don't worry about why. This stream has been a bit of a shit show. I'm always happy to see you. I'm always happy to see, though, a VTuber friend in chat. Hello, Ciela. I hope you're having an excellent night. Whether it's morning or night, wherever you are around the world, I hope you're having a better one than I am having right now, which shouldn't be too hard for you. Well, I just have two different networks ran on cables and to mom's house next door, so we have one bill. Dude's gaining the system, okay? Dude, that's pretty good. That's pretty clean. If you're still streaming when I go to the gym, dude, get big. Get big. Go gym, get big. Okay, so I need to find the reference. I need to go to the Tomoe folder, because it should be in the Tomoe folder on my phone. Nope. Wait a minute. Because there's one reference I don't have here. And I don't think I can share it on stream, because we're on Twitch right now. And the woman's completely clothed. I'm gonna be honest with you. The woman's completely clothed, but she has high beams on. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. The reference for what I'm drawing right now has high beams on. If you don't know what high beams are, don't worry about it. But I don't think that's stream safe. Ooh. Great picture though. Let me actually quickly, before we do that, I actually want to get the picture that I said was incorrectly oriented. Wait a minute. Okay, no. So I also made a realization and made notes to myself that I don't know if you guys will find this interesting, but I found it interesting. What else do we have? Oh yeah! It's a rocket pop, chat. Don't worry about it. Why are you drawing that? Sometimes the inspiration just comes to you, okay? I'm not gonna tell you what the reference for that one was. It wasn't inappropriate, but it's from something inappropriate. It's from a Mizuryu Dojinshi. Ooh, so that is something I cannot bring up on stream, but this is what I want to show. Ooh. As I realized, I was reflecting on what kind of models I drew. I have to get back into the element, chat. I need to get back into my thing. I need to calm back down after everything. Well, gotta go. I hope you have a good time exercising, my dude. But I realized for me, I only draw myself if it's a weird, unusual pose. If it's my mouth or lips, because I'm trying to focus on that for drawing and figure out like what my character's face looks like, what I look like, you know, in my own art style. Atya, I realized, even though this isn't her character design, I keep drawing her for leg shots. Whenever I'm like, that's a really good leg shot, the person that comes to mind is always Atya, and it's not because she has great legs, it's because of her tail. And you might be like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't know. I don't know. But let me show you what, like, I have to show you. This is like the Atya one, right? This one up here that's at an angle. You see how like how there's like not a lot of definition in the upper body, but the legs have a lot of detailing for a gesture sketch. There's something about Atya's character design which makes it so that like when she's flaunting her legs, it just naturally suits to it, and I just gravitate towards it. There's also the Atya in the bottom right hand corner, where again it's a leg shot. I don't know why with legs it's always Atya, but it is. I'm noticing patterns, so I just wrote down the patterns. For Junkie, it's neutral, and also for butt shots. Why is it also for butt shots? If you've seen Junkie, you would know. But it's always neutral, because what happens if I draw somebody in a neutral fashion, I realize it's really good practice just to add fat to them, because Junkie is a little chubby. So you just add a little bit of chub to them, and it's a good way to practice learning how to do that. For Tomoe, it's always muscles and abs every time. For Yuma, it's androgynous. Who's Yuma? Let me bring up Yuma real quick, because you guys don't know who Yuma Toro is. This is Yuma. So this sketch we were mentioning earlier, where it's the in-between. If we get done with some rendering today, we'll go to that one. That'll probably be the one we go to. Ciela, I draw for petite. Ciela, that's you. And Yazara, which is the orc, I do for voluptuous drawings. I don't know. I don't know if that's interesting to you at all. I'm just sharing things. We have more things in the pipes. We have more poses to work on. But today, we have to finish this pose. And while we're working on this pose, we're going to be... I just realized I don't like this BGM. I like this BGM, but it's not the right BGM. This is a high energy BGM, and we need something a little bit calmer. We need something a little bit more relaxed. Yes, CL. Ooh, yeah, oh, well, that's not you. This is Tomoe. Oh, I have... Oh my goodness, I finally figured out, by the way, why I've been struggling with heads so much in anime, and it's because women in anime have weird, disproportionate heads. Let me show you. Like here, how this cranium is just massive, then the jaw is really, really tiny. But also the jaw juts out like it has a bit of a muzzle, especially on women. And I've just been dealing with that. Ooh, I've been having a lot of fun though dealing with that. I've drawn some mouths. Ooh. Okay. But now everything is calmer. Life could be a dream, chat. But instead we just go around sinning all the time. What I wanted to get up first was this. Oh wow, I really don't know how I'm gonna be doing this. OBS has to go all the way over here, but then chat needs to go onto this monitor so I can read it. But life could be a dream. Life could be a dream. Life could be a dream. And now I can't see anything there. Life could be a dream, chat. Then we go to here. No, wait, small browser. Oof, I don't know where small browser is because it's really buried somewhere in here. Browser small. And then we go to Brave. Space King. This is a video I wanted to react to. Don't worry, we'll get to the guy whose hood friend got a harem. Okay, this is only 20 minutes long. Don't worry. But I wanted to react to some stuff, just have some fun. Ooh. Oh, let's get into it, chat. Ooh. Let's start with the ads, and let's full screen this. But this is what the video is. I was gonna say what the video is, and I think Tom did a pretty good job at saying what it is. Let's hear Brave Tom and Don. Ooh. Is the audio working now?
It's a question on everybody's lips. Surely it's been long enough and is coming out any day now.
Episode 5 will take 2 months. Episode 6 will take 1 month. Episode 7 will take 15 days.
How many months do you think it's been, Tom?
3 short months.
It's just like me playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
It is deep.
It's only
in
been
the
2
minds
chat.
of
It's
production. It is the big
chat. It's only been 2 months since we played Dragon Ball Kakarot. Trust me. Haven't played since February. Ooh, but this is something I'm excited for, and there's a part later on, which is why we're doing a react stream to it, that I found it to be nice to have. It'd be nice to have on stream.
Most ill-conceived episode we've ever done. Did I say to Don, this will take 3 months and be out really soon? Yes. Did Don tell me that was absolutely nonsense and impossible? Also, yes. Did it stop us from doing it anyway? No. So
Nope,
here we
not
are with the bestest, greatest spacing ever made. And yes, it maybe took a little bit longer than anticipated, but I think over the course of the video,
then chat,
you will
I can't see
why.
it again.
Space King 5 is supposed to be episode 4, and then episode 4 came out, and now it's July.
So just why is Space King 5 taking this long?
Where is episode 5?
You put something in stream chat, I'll see that later.
We are at the part where all of the different pieces come together into the final product. We're at the very end.
I don't quite care for Ludwig, I'm going to be honest with you.
All the different teams have worked like absolute dogs, and now we get to combine it together, slap in the music, get everything finally tuned, and release it very soon.
There's lots of really pretty stuff to tease you with. It's completely animated. Most of the effects are done. All the backgrounds are done. It's all just being pulled together into a finished episode.
How many goddamn teams are there? There's script writing, there's animatic.
I like this because it goes into like how much
there's
production there is.
There's rigging, there's special posing,
but I've not seen the
there's
clip.
backgrounds, after backgrounds and animation, there's comp, there's FX, there's sound effects, there's music,
there's voice acting.
And then once all of those individual parts have gone through several rounds of notes just to make sure it's fucking tip-top, you have to combine it together at the end.
And that's where we're at now. And it's very exciting. What are you most excited for people to see?
This episode is gonna be a fucking action bonanza. Dare I say bonanza? Is that a word I can say?
What do you mean? Is that a word I can say?
It feels theatrical. It feels exuberant.
Is that somebody's word?
No, Don, it's not a racial epithet. It's a bit of a silly word, but I felt a bit silly saying it, but it feels accurate.
Episode 5 literally has some order of magnitude more action than any other episode. Like, you can actually quantify this. Every episode has really hard action shots. It take a lot of love and a whole lot of people to pull off. And this episode is, I think, actually like 70% those. Wouldn't be an exaggeration. It's very, very stupid. It was a bad idea.
In terms of production,
yeah, this is a very ambitious episode because it's a whole action episode.
This episode was really stupid and
this whole episode is a action episode, and so the problem with that is that in action a lot of things are happening and a lot of unique shots happen. In animation, it's not just people standing around and walking, which is very easy to animate because you've done that before. No, they were like, no, for episode 5 what we're going to do is we're just going to introduce a bunch of new things. So we're going to have to get a bunch of new art for it, which is going to increase development time. We're going to draw a bunch of new characters, going to increase development time. And they're all going to be doing completely new action poses and stuff. And it's like, well, that's actually the hardest part, because you have to get a bunch of people to draw those unique poses. So they kind of went in a little too much. Also, Scene 69. Nice.
Studio would never have let us made it because it was so fucking expensive and difficult. Space King is a universe that is always at war, but I don't feel like we've ever really seen what that looks like.
Yeah,
Every episode
twisted.
before this has had its moments, had its like battle scenes. The Rudolph episode most recently was really cool, but like this episode fully embraces what that looks like and just how fucking sick it is. Like Space King should have a lot of action. As the budget affords, of course.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to actually have an episode with war in it. This episode is probably the most lore-rich episode.
Oh, dude, 100%. Like the amount of new concepts and fun stuff that we've introduced is several times more than any other episode.
Okay.
What can you safely reveal without spoiling anything?
The squad are transporting a holy weapon of incalculable value across War World, a world always at war.
One of the most interesting things about this episode is we've introduced an enemy that is actually a threat to Psycho Warriors, and not just because they're invincible. We thought it was really important to finally do that, you know?
So far, it's been fun watching Psycho Warriors beat the shit out of things that are like smaller and weaker than them, which I'm always a huge fan of, but this episode, like Don says, brings an enemy into the mix that can actually go toe-to-toe with them. I think it's pretty fun. For me, they're like a really fun combination of like chaotic but threatening.
How does episode 5 compare in scale to the previous episodes? So we've talked about this a lot at this point, but I asked Corgan to collect some figures to actually quantify how bad of an idea this was.
Yeah, this is where you're going to see how they
everything you see on screen in a cartoon. So the backgrounds, effects, animating the effects, characters, obviously, components of the characters, like their expression animation, their mouths, the different angles they have to be drawn at. Some characters you only have to draw a couple angles, others you have to do like 7 turnarounds of them. So it balloons really fast if you try to make a script that's too complicated, and that's exactly what episode 5 has been. We have these charts here to compare. Let's compare episode 5 to episode 4, which was a comparatively much simpler episode.
Whoops.
We don't just mean 71 unique characters, we mean characters and then ancillary things you have to do with those, like I was saying, like additional turnarounds, mouths and stuff. There were a bunch of unique characters in episode 4, but they were pretty simple. Episode 4 had 71, episode 5 is 73, but many more unique, complicated things within those 73. Episode 5 has 26 new weapons, which is to equip this new alien race with various things in their arsenal.
3 times as many weapons.
Vehicles? Episode 4 had 10. This episode has 23. Special pose.
This is just all the stuff. You can see how it's just getting big, but special poses is. I just wanted to take a moment. This is the reason why I decided to make this into a reaction video, into just like to play it during stream.
This is where it gets crazy. Action animation requires special poses because inherently the characters do crazy poses that are hard to draw. So you have to get an artist to draw these very specific drawings that the animators then reference to animate. So episode 4, much simpler episode, 96 special poses. Episode 5, 356 special poses.
Whoops.
Backgrounds. Episode 4 actually had several.
Now, that seems like a lot. Because it is. Can we go back real quick? That seems like a lot because it is. And this is the difference between like action versus comedy, effectively. And it's not like the past one was like, you know, like super comedic, but it's just how much you have to do. This episode's probably going to be longer as well. But though that's a lot, you also know that means that this is probably going to be the best animated episode that they're going to have so far. And it's probably going to have some really good action, even though it has very silly designs in Space King. I'm very excited about this. This is what made me excited. That number made me excited because that means that they're going to have some, like, I feel like probably professional level animation. Not to shit on Flash Kids. They have great animation, especially for what they are and what they do. But to have that many special poses is an attention to detail that is going to show through in the final product.
Whoops.
Backgrounds. Episode 4 actually had several locations. It was fairly star-spanning. They go to different planets and stuff. 162 backgrounds. Episode 5, 266 backgrounds.
Whoops.
Episode 4 had 90 scenes with effects. Episode 5 has about 2...
Wait, I missed that. I missed that one.
Spanning. They go to different planets.
Yeah, they go to a bunch of different settings.
100. Episode 5, 260.
To put it in context, episode 4 was on multiple planets in multiple locations. Episode 5 is technically all takes place on one planet. So they are moving a lot on this single planet to get all of that in.
6 backgrounds.
Whoops.
Episode 4 had 90 scenes with effects. Episode 5 has about 240 scenes with effects.
Chat, give me one moment. I want to see how long the last episode was of Space King. Ooh. Humor me one moment. Space King. So the last episode of Space King, that's episode 1. Videos. The last episode was 26 minutes. Even with all the action sequences, this episode has to be like 40 minutes or something. I'm not sure, but I don't know. It's gonna be over half an hour. This is gonna be a massive fuck off episode.
It's literally 2 to 3 times more difficult than any episode that's come before.
These numbers are what they are, but they aren't actually showing the full picture of nuance, like what those assets actually are. The vehicles in this episode, for example, are much more unique and spanning a much wider gamut.
Oh my goodness.
Whereas episode 4, I think there was only a couple new vehicles and a couple angles, whereas in this episode there's turnarounds of all these things.
For about
they have
1 minute.
massively different scales. All of it had to be conceived and designed.
They all fucking explode.
Maybe it won't be longer. Maybe it's just all the scale that he's talking about.
It was very, very a bad idea.
But just wait till they see it. Just fucking wait till they see it.
What was the most difficult part of making this episode?
Every part?
Problem with animation is the more complicated it gets, it isn't just a matter of the numbers being higher. Every new component has cascading problems that it introduces that may or may not be immediately obvious.
The whole fucking cartoon basically takes place on a moving vehicle, which you may think like, oh, okay, what's the difference? But if you imagine like a character on a flat background, the character just has to twirl around it like a stage. Now imagine that stage ripping through a fucking desert of explosions and fighting across 25 minutes. And now all those backgrounds need to be tracked. The speed needs to be kept consistent. Everything is moving. It is so much more complicated.
Every character has a very specific and disparate scale from every other character. So the aliens we alluded to are much bigger than the Psycho Warriors, and that scale has to be successfully tracked throughout the entire cartoon.
It has to be consistent
across
so
40
things look
animators that all have their different way of eyeballing it. All of the weapons they're holding also have to maintain a consistent scale relative to everything else. And then pretty much throughout the entire cartoon, on top of this moving vehicle, there's meant to be a battle, and you have to make it seem like a battle. You can't just have empty backgrounds all of a sudden that are alive and unoccupied. So now every single shot has to thread the needle of having some sort of consistent continuity of characters and things fighting and it feeling alive and not just dead so that, you know, you can get to the next shot. It really is like the whole episode a case of wouldn't it be cool if, and never actually saying no.
That's a pretty fucking sick quote.
The episode has every toy from the toy store, which is just a really bad idea, as it turns out.
Yes,
but
they've
it's
overloaded
so good.
What part of the episode changed the most during production?
You know, I think probably the animatic changed the most, because there's just so much shit packed into this episode that you want to do it all and kind of get everything in, and you have to make strategic sacrifices and cuts because it's got to move quickly, but it's also got to get all of like the story beats in. And what it means is everything has to be as like dense as possible. Every line, every scene, every action needs to convey like 2 or 3 things at once. So the animatic was changing a lot to try and make every scene do like 3 or 4 different things.
We abused the animatic team this time out.
They're used to it. They like it.
Okay, so I messed this drawing up. I just realized
versions, which we've been told is unheard of.
Do you want to be a part of the most prestigious animated show of all time? Then this is the sacrifice.
Has to be awesome.
I do like the fact that because they're indie, they're able to make these sacrifices. But what I'm saying is I messed up. Is how I messed up, and I'll just show you, is right here. You see this little thing? It's called a belly button. It's way too low. the belly button has to be raised to the bottom of these abs right here. Ooh. So what I need to do is I need to cut out the belly button. Okay, I just need to rebirth Tomoe real quick. Don't worry about it. Oh, wait. Need to go here. Okay. And then Control T. And then we move that up there. That looks better. That looks so much better. Really, there's other problems wrong with this, but you know, it's fine. You know, I'm realizing I don't know what I was doing here with the reference. You know what? I will get the reference up. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I will show you the reference, even if there are high beams. Okay, I'll just be classy about it, I think. I hope. So let me get up the reference. Pull files. Files. Here. Go to the Tomoe. As long as I just show the abs on stream, it'll be fine, chat. Okay, it'll be fine as long as I don't show the high beams. It'll be fine. It's fine. Done. And then we go to... We need to open up on Discord ahead of time. So what I'm realizing is I messed up. What I'm realizing... I really hope this is still stream safe. Only riskiest of maneuvers here, chat. Let's get up. Where is OBS? Then we're going to go to browser big. Can we go to big browser, please? Browser big. We're going to go to Discord. And sorry for the tangent, but what I realized is that's too low. Okay, there we go. What I realized, let's actually lower this so it's a little more stream safe, is can I expand this a little? There we go. Okay, what I realized, I'm literally going to have to resize this on stream. Oh, fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just make it so you can only see the abs. Bam, now it's super safe. So firstly, the angle's wrong. You know, I thought I got the angle right. I was actually kind of happy about that. The angle's wrong. She is not leaning nearly far enough back, I just realized with this art. She is leaning... Oh, wait a minute. 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 I didn't realize I had it rotated. Is the angle correct? Do we have good angle, chat? Is it working? Is it working? Wait. Wait. Ooh. This is what you have to do every time you draw. You have to then look at the reference and go like, is it good? Oh no, I got the angle right. Let's go. Ooh. I'm back from the gym though. How long were you at the gym? Only a little half-hour workout? Ooh. I'm happy you're back, my man. Check out the game you sent yesterday. You know what? I will. I will. How much time is left in this? This is still like halfway through. Okay, I think we should watch the other half of this just so we have that. But then we're gonna, after we watch the other half of this, we're gonna go to stream chat and whatnot. And if you want to resend it in stream chat, you probably might want to, so I can more easily find it. But we'll check that stuff out. So what I was saying is what I messed up though in the picture is, first things first, let me apply the belly button. So the belly button was firstly too low. The belly button was like on her pelvis. I don't know what I was thinking. What do I realize? I don't know why I did this, but if we can zoom in here, I gave her like a distended tummy. Oh, you can't see it. But you see, let me see if I can highlight it. This line right... I said blue. Here. This... No, that's black. This line right here doesn't exist. I don't know why it's there. I don't know why it's there. What should be happening is that this hip line, which you can't see the arrow too well because, again, the reference. I'm going to move the reference a little bit more out of the way. This line right here should be just curving all the way up. I don't know why she has a distended tummy. I don't think it looks necessarily bad, but that's a mess up on my part. It's working! We're not on the right channel. I was gonna hit the it's working thing, but we're not on the right channel. To be on the right channel, we'd have to be here. Oh, look at that. Most scuff way to trigger that. Since I had a cooked lunch. Let me actually get music out. Here. Since I had to cook, so I'm not there yet, but wait. On my self right now, Nu and Sazabi are having a custody battle over the GQ Gelku. I saw that. Ooh, I saw that. I was wondering what's going on with that. It looks like those are master grades. Are those master grades, or is the size difference that great? Those are master grades. I just looked at my 1/44th scale new Gundam. It's master grades. I'm just silly. Ooh, all right, I sent it. Thank you. Ooh, but let us continue the video. Also, that's a little quiet. If we do go back, we're gonna have to have background music.
Did anything begin as
that's just what I realized, and it was big to me.
2 years ago, I had the logline for this episode in my head from the one idea of a train transporting this weapon through the desert the entire episode. However many fucking artists and however much resources, all just from a little sentence that popped into my head. Everyone's suffering came from basically a mental fart.
It also sounds a lot simpler than it ends up being.
Oh, yeah.
It's all one location, sort of. Okay. They're just on top of a train. The action comes to them.
The action comes to them.
The action comes to them. They don't have to go
I need
through
to
it.
redraw this whole line.
What do you think about it, dude? They don't have to, like, even move. The train moves.
Well, but hold on a second, dude. What if they had jetpacks?
Oh, they gotta have jetpacks.
What if they could leave the train to some of the action? Just really quick and come back?
Yeah, just like, we'll like cover it all in...
Best AI viewers, be gone, Bob.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll make a bunch of smoke and it'll make it easier.
Let's give them jetpacks so they can go to the enemies. Oh, well, how are the enemies gonna,
those
like,
are real grades?
get them if they're in the air? Dude, what if the enemies have, like, chain hooks? Chain hook spears. Oh, that's a good idea. So how's he gonna get out of the chain hook spear trap? Well, what if he has...
Chains are really easy to draw, after all.
These guys' whole writing style is like children, which is so fitting because this whole thing is just the animation equivalent of children smashing toys again. What if they had chain hooks? Dude, I found this necklace. We can use it like a chain for like the bad guy, and he can like chain up the fucking good guy, bro. But then how will the good guy get out of the chain? Well, like, he'll cut the chain. Dude. They're just massive children having the time of their lives. And I'll admit, I'm a little jealous. Ooh. Let me go to... I want to actually look at the model showcase real quick. Those are all 1/44th scale? Really? Hold up, I need to show chat this real quick. So if we go... to here, everything is so scuffed. This is why this is a test stream technically, so it's fine, okay? It's fine. This is a test stream. And then I'm gonna have to resize this again. I have to size queen everything. Uh-oh. I'm so happy. My model is so happy. Don't believe it, chat. Don't believe my model's lies. Okay? I am not so happy right now. These are all 1/44th scale, though? Wait, that doesn't seem right. Wait, did he say it's real grade? How is it that small? Wait. Wait. Maybe it's just a perspective issue I'm having. Still feels small, dude. I think it's because his posture. but I have an 18-meter mobile suit standing next to my new Gundam, and he goes above the waist. Hold up. Hold up. Turn on the Zelda music. This is chaotic. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. Ooh. These streams are not structured. They don't make sense. This is a fun time. We have fun here. That is what we have. The stream's already you know, a bust because of all the technical difficulties. We don't need to worry about it. We don't need to. It's fine. It's cool. Let me go to model. Is it okay? Check stream talk. I'm gonna. That's adorable. Fuck, he is short. Why is the Gelgoog so short? It is short. Let me show you, like... Yeah, there's ibuprofen on the shelf, I think. Oh, shit. Twitch, it's ibuprofen, I promise. I promise, Twitch, it's ibuprofen. Okay? It is ibuprofen in the picture. Do not ban me, bro. It really is ibuprofen. But, I saw the picture, but thank you for also posting it there. But this is an 18-meter mobile suit. His horn really blends into that blue in the background, doesn't it? But, like, as you can see, he goes up to the cockpit, right? He looks at his tummy. But then, we go to this one. Look at that guy. Look how short this dude is. Why is he 17 meters? Why is he, like, 17 and a half at most? And also what I said was really nice was this custom GM you had, but look how tiny he is. Why he's so small? Ooh. Also, great looking dude. I feel like it's kind of understandable, though, that I mistook this for a master grade. Ooh. I feel, because the size difference just is not what you're used to seeing. I thought maybe, also, it's not understandable because that's a new Gundam. A new Gundam would be way taller, but if it was like a, Master grade RX-78, I think it would be a little bit more reasonable. Alert bot in the detected in chat. I'll get that. I'll get that now. Let me go to here. Bot, where do I break your legs? There we go. Thank you, Kaze. Apparently the UC-90 is, he still had one more in him. Or he had someone required a torso and legs of a GM. Wait. I do not have the first context of that. Child's writing reminds you of Axe Cop. I mean, this is kind of like high-budget Axe Cop, you know? The things that are happening nowadays. 5'11" versus 5'6". Yeah, that's pretty much that's what's happening here. I think the hips are dropped down. That might be it. For the Galgoog. Gonna throw my master grade GM in the sand in for master grade Gunpla. Okay. So long, bot. See you a hole in the Hulk City in hell. Fucking got Harrison Ford in here. I'll see you in hell. Wait, which one? No. In what is it? In Air Force One, he says, "Get off my plane," and then he deploys the guy's parachute. And then when the parachute gets deployed, it snaps the guy's neck. That's a good one. But, that's Star Wars, isn't it? That he says, then I'll see you in hell? Isn't that Han Solo says, then I'll see you in hell? I think it is a line that he says, hold up. Han Solo, I'll see you in hell. Yeah, it's in Empire Strikes Back when they go like, you can't go out to save Luke from the snowstorm. Nobody will survive. You'll die out there. And when he's on his Tauntaun right before he rides out, he just tells the guy who said that to him, then I'll see you in hell. Yeah! I told you. He even does a yeah. I told you, Chad. I don't even have to rewatch it to know he goes, yeah. Then I'll see you. What a fucking thing. I'm gonna save my friend. Fuck you. You can't stop me from saving Luke. He's my buddy. We blew up the Death Star together. We got medals for that. I had a whole character arc. They remade Air Force One with a chick? No way. No way. Good news, they uploaded all the Seed and Seed Destiny to YouTube. Ooh. That'll actually make it easier to watch and I won't have to fucking pay Crunchyroll. Seed Destiny. You think we can do a react stream to it? No. You think we can put it on stream instead of this? Not that Tom and Dom aren't fun, but we'd get struck so bad. Ain't sent a pic in the Masquerade and Masquerade? Okay. But okay, you see, I was correct when I said that I thought. You see, I am vindicated. Thank you, Mahoots. You are a hoot. Thank you so much. I am vindicated with this. Also, I just realized if I got the ground type GM, I'd have to paint it. I was hoping I wouldn't have to paint it, and when I saw the orange, I was like, I wouldn't have to paint it because that's the correct shade of orange or close enough to Tennessee orange. It's a little yellowish, but Tennessee orange is a little yellowish, but it's not white enough. That shit needs to be as white as a Klan rally. Don't worry, chat, that's historically accurate. The Klan was founded in Tennessee. But unironically, if I want to make a okay, so I'll still have to paint it, which makes me wonder if it's actually worth it. It is worth it. I can paint it to look like I want to paint it to look like a footballer. Oh! I need to get another Gundam Maxter, and I need to paint it to look like a Tennessee Volunteer. If you don't know what a Tennessee Volunteer looks like, let me show you. Tennessee, that's not how you spell Tennessee. Tennessee, Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Woo! There you go. Download image. So this is a good picture of the uniform. Can I actually wait? I want to show the checkered uniform. Tennessee Volunteers checkerboard. No, the checkerboard uniform. Uniform. Hold up. You're probably gonna look at this and think it looks fucking hideous. I don't care. It's beautiful. There it is. Yeah. If you don't know what checkerboarding is, in Tennessee, what it is you buy a bunch of tickets for the other team. You buy out the stadium for your opponent team, okay? And then you, like, literally have the stadium filled with so much of your fans that you pretty much have them all dressed in orange or white, depending on where they're sitting. And so when you're playing an away game, it still feels like a home game, because when you look into the stands, it's just orange and white. I'll show you what checkerboarding looks like in a stadium as well. Download. I'll put all of these in Stream Talk so that it's easy access. Atherin! Why is Atherin having a panic attack? Why? Atherin! Don't worry, it's when panic attacks are still cool to have in stories. Hi, my name is Jim. But this is what checkerboarding is. Now, this is at the Tennessee Stadium, but this is what it looks like. You know, they coordinate, Chad. You know, they can't do... Listen, half those people might not be literate, but they can at least... But they will learn how to read, but they can read numbers and colors, okay? They can know C4, orange. They can figure that much out. Okay, C4, but this is the checkerboard uniform. I want to paint the Gundam Maxter looking like that. And if you're like, why would you want to ruin the Gundam Maxter? It'll be better. I'll make it more beautiful, chat. And then this is their normal uniform. This is why I keep saying the GM is, I want it because I can make it look like a Tennessee Volunteer. I want it, chat. I want to do that. Of all the things of a custom is I want that. We still need to do the Gustav Karl custom. I don't know when we're gonna do the Karl Babansky. I'm so behind in chat. Master Grain, ground type. Thank you for clarifying the ground type. I haven't been saying that. You mean the Gundam channel in it? Yeah, that's like the only official Gundam channel. Yeah, also for those interested, there's Gundam. This is what Ricey was talking about. If you just want to watch all of Seed, apparently, like both Seed and Seed Destiny, it's up there right now, which is one of the cool, like, listen, we shit on Bandai earlier, with pricing and whatnot, but that was in the before stream. But in all honesty, I think one of the coolest things that Bandai does is that they just will put entire series on YouTube. They put Char's Counterattack on YouTube for temporary times. They put Seed Destiny now that we're seeing on YouTube. They just put things on YouTube. They're just like, hey guys, you want to watch this old show? It's on YouTube for a little bit. Adult Swim does something similar where Adult Swim will just marathon episodes of old shows. Honestly, we shit on Bandai. But Bandai, unironically, probably the best model company that you could be a fan of, okay? Does it have scalpers? Does it, are they still trying to milk you dry? Yeah. But while Games Workshop is literally, suing people, the reason we have Tom and Don right here, let me get Tom and Don back up. The reason we have Tom and Don right in the corner making Space King is because Games Workshop wouldn't let them make a fan animation. The whole thing that we're watching right now, that we're supposed to be watching, but we're not, exists because Tom and Don exists because Games Workshop is evil. They took down all the fan animations, and now if you want to get Warhammer animations, you have to pay like a monthly subscription to Games Workshop. Meanwhile, Bandai, blessed be their name, I was like, hey, you want to watch like, Gundam Seed Destiny? No, I wasn't really thinking that at all. And they're like, okay, cool, here it is on YouTube. You want to watch Char's Counterattack? I could go for it. Cool, here it is on YouTube. Unironically, one of the most bro moves in all of like Bandai Namco. Yeah, you're a little bit of you kind of suck at times, We like to shit on you, but that's because we love you. We appreciate the fact that compared to everyone else, you are the least bad, which makes you, in a way, good. Bandai is Hitler amongst Satans. Dude, it's Hitler amongst Stalins, man. It's just like... It's like, well, I was like, whoa, you killed how many people? Oh my goodness. Wait a minute, this guy killed 100 million? Oh my god. Not a competition. Slow down there, buddy. Wait, we teamed up with that guy? Ah, fair enough. We nuked the Soviet Union afterwards, right? We went after the weaker target first, then after that we wiped out the Soviet. Well, no, we didn't wipe out the Soviet Union. No, we didn't listen to Patton. Oh, I'm sure that did what, and that resulted in a Cold War for the next several decades. Oh, brilliant. I'm just gonna say it. Patton was right. If we listened to Patton and we just nuked Russia immediately after the Second World War, everything would have been better, okay? The whole reason that Russia had a military was because we were funding them. If we stopped funding Russia and then just bombed them, they would have collapsed in a fucking year. Let's be honest. People are like, oh no, that's not true. No, it is fucking true. The entire Russian military was supported at that time on the back of American industry. We felt like the Land-Lease program was like half their military. Okay, we can't take back those tanks, but we can certainly fucking nuke those tanks. I'm just gonna say, Patton was right, and not the CIA, but the prototype CIA, which was like the Navy intelligence, fucking killed him. Okay? People talk about JFK, the real hit was fucking Patton, let's be honest, okay? Patton survives World War II, then, just dies in a car accident? Bullshit. I don't believe it. F91 and Sarge Counterattack are downloadable without YouTube Premium, by the way? No fucking way. No fucking... Don't tell Bandai that, because then they might actually stop uploading. But, no way. That's a bit of an oversight on their part. So you can literally not only watch it for free, but you can download it for free. Okay, Bandai, nobody tell Bandai this. Keep praising them. Just say, Bandai, you're doing a good job, okay? Because they are doing a good job. Their mistake is just more good stuff for us. Crazy comparison. Listen. That's what you come here for. I watched Gundam series from Gundam Info before they had even like limited uploaded movies from time to time. Oh, what, really? Seth, don't say that you're going to get banned. I'm gonna get banned for saying that like mass murderers are wrong. Okay. Oh, hey, do you want like you know, statist socialism, i.e. fascism? Or do you want globalist, globalist socialism? Do you want globalism or statism? How about fuck you for both? You know what? Let's make an official statement. Socialism bad. Boom, ban me, bro. Oh, God. Okay, I've seen this conversation before. Oh, okay, I'll be back later. No, it's been like that even back when they're still Gundam Info. Okay. That was quite the tangent we went on, but that's why I like these streams. This is tangent on tangent on tangent on tangent. We talk about Tennessee Volunteers. I don't even know how this got started. I know we were watching these fellas. Also, the music might be a little loud. It was too quiet earlier, now it's too loud. Sorry that I missed some chats. If there's anything super important that you wanted me to see or say, I'll check it out. And you might be like, what about the game? What about the things? Some of those... Wait. Be the American the Japanese think you are. It opened in the wrong one.
Why is it that when it's someone from America, it's always blonde and blue eyes, someone who's loud and obnoxious?
Wait a minute. Because America's loud and obnoxious.
Oh, and they talk like Watashi wa Nihongo culture daisuki desu! Wow! Nice!
Well, it's not too far off from how some people view Americans.
А мне нравится этот троп. Это
I think it's
забавно.
flattering.
Япония, если ты меня слышишь, пожалуйста, продолжай в том же духе.
Les Japonais aiment aussi dépeindre le cliché de l'Américain au patriotisme exacerbé. Ils ne le font jamais pour d'autres pays.
日本文化を好む人々のコミュニティがあると同様に、大米の文化を好む日本人のコミュニティもまた存在するのです。
Ich stimme zu. Schließlich gibt es Hideo Kojima.
At least you guys have way cooler stereotypes!
Di solito gli anime non ritraggono le donne americane con tette più grosse.
Watashi wa Nihongo culture daisuki desu! USA! USA!
Be the American the Japanese think you are. Get an American wife that the Japanese think you have.
Shooting at them.
Oh, wait a minute. We need to watch Space King, chat. We need to watch Space King and we need to draw. We're not even drawing. This is just like a Gunpla stream. There's no drawing. There's just nothing happening.
They're not a long strip of interweaving, interlinked metal pieces that all have to move independently of each other. You can see how this quickly gets out of hand.
What if all the vehicles shot
and that's still
different
blocking it?
chains
I need to
also?
take down
What
the
if
browser.
There's chains in every scene? What if like kind of their whole thing was chains?
Chains are fucking sweet though.
It's every toy in the toy store, the cartoon. What is something the audience will barely notice that took a huge amount of work?
The whole point of a really great episode or movie or production is you almost don't notice any of it in a way. You're so engrossed. It flies by and you don't even think about the components as components, but it's just this fun flowing experience. So I hope that people notice like nothing. I hope it's just this fucking ride you go on and by the end of it you're like, that was fucking awesome. That's the hope.
Every department on our team endured a tremendous amount of pain of some stripe or another that I'm sure no one will notice.
It's still enduring. It's still in production. There's still, right now, there are people enduring that pain as you watch this.
Background team maintaining consistent gothic backgrounds from angle to angle with really stupid ideas built in and also drawing corpses all over them.
Dude, what if the train's engine was a church?
But like a gothic church.
It can't be a Protestant church. It's got to be Catholic with spikes everywhere. It's got to be
damn right.
And Catholic and all.
You're damn right, because Catholicism is the most metal version of Christianity, hands down. Okay, that's what... Unironically, Catholicism is the most metal version. You know, other ones are just like, hey guys, like really, if you think about it, the resurrection was a metaphor. No. Jesus died, he went to hell, beat up Satan, literally rescued Moses, Adam, and Eve, brought them out of hell, came back to Earth, you know, walked around for a little bit, said, peace, I'm out, and then flew up to heaven like Superman, okay? That's Catholicism. We believe in the true. Everything is a metaphor and literal. Well, how does that work? Don't worry about it. It works like God. It works like God. It's all metaphysical, bro. It means that if something don't make sense, it's fine, bro. Don't worry. How can God be three people? Because he is. He's an omnipotent being. That's how. That's fucking how. Then wouldn't it be three people? No, he's one person. So it's one person? No, it's three people. What I'm fucking doing? Fucking, you know, Unitarian, but fuck off. Ooh. It's a metaphysical being that exists beyond, outside of time and space. How do you think it works? Ain't making fucking sense, bro. And it's like, can you be saying this as a Catholic? Absolutely. Absolutely, because Catholics like ribbing on themselves because they, you know, it's what we do. We have 2,000 years of history. Silly things happen, like when there were like 4 popes. You might be like, how could there be 4 popes? Silly things happen, you know. You know, everyone agree. Usually there's like 2 popes if there's more than 1 pope. There was one time when there was like 4 popes. It was like after like Rome had been sacked like another time. It wasn't like when they were sacked with the Romans. What happened was it was like later on when Rome fell again, when the Vatican fell. And in the ruins of it all, I think it's when like Muslims fucked it up or something, but in the ruins there were like 4 different people claiming to be the Pope, or like there were 3 different people claiming to be the Pope, and then the real Pope like saw it and he was just like walking through the ruins going like, oh, this is terrible, and then there's one guy who's like, I'm the Pope, and this other guy was like, no, I'm the Pope, and this third guy's like, you're both lies, you're both going to hell, I'm the Pope, and then meanwhile the real Pope is just like, everything is destroyed. How are we gonna financially recover from this, dude? It costs money to repair shit. You know? Increase the tithes. Quick, start like taking money for confessions. We need money. Like, what's the worst that can happen, you know? What's the worst that can happen? Just like tell them to give us like $1 or something for your confession. You know, it's fine. We just need to raise money. Then, you know, a couple 100 years later, they kind of increase the prices. Inflation's a bitch. Next thing you know, Martin Luther arrives, and everything goes downhill from there. This is very Spark Notes. This is not detailed at all. But there have been several times where more than one person has claimed to be the Pope. I think usually false popes come from France, because France has like a big population of Catholics in the day. After their secular revolution, where they, you know, tried to implement socialism during the French Revolution, they killed a lot of people in the name of secularism. You know, you always hear about how the Spanish Inquisition was so bad over the course of 300 years. You know, they put to death under the Spanish Inquisition, like, I think under 100 people. There were people who were, you know, tortured and imprisoned, but like put to death. Not that many in the grand scheme of things for 300 years. Meanwhile, in the French Revolution, it was known as the Reign of Blood. The Reign of Terror and the Reign of Blood. How many people were executed during, just executed, not killed during revolutionary violence, during French Revolution? So, Spanish Inquisition, evil Catholics, you know, killing people, you know. How many people were killed? How many people, I could be wrong, so let's double check, were executed Spanish, Inquisition. Okay. So there's exaggerated numbers, so it's like 300,000. It was not 300,000. But let's see here. Modern archives of the death toll of the Spanish Inquisition, so that's the total, was 3,000, which is a lot. I think there was only a few dozen official executions. So that might just be, you know, lynch mobs and whatnot, so I don't even know the full scope of that. But let's say 3,000. 3,000, big number. Over 300 years. Bad. Terrible. That's 1,000 people every 100 years. That's fucking awful. Right? The French Revolution, in the course of, like, how long did the French Revolution last? Inquisition lasted. Sorry, I was wrong. It lasted 650 years. So over the course of 650 years, so every 100 years, what is that? 500 people were put to death in some way under the Spanish Inquisition. Bad, terrible, too many people. Okay? French Revolution. French Revolution lasted how many years? It lasted 10 years, 6 months, and 4 days. In that time, they killed at minimum, approximately 17,000 people in the French Revolution in the course of 10 years. 650 years, 3,000 people. Okay? It is almost five times as many people died in... What is 10 years compared to 600? Well, let's see here. 1/10. Let's just make it simple. 1/10. Okay. So... Oh my goodness. A lot less time. I'm not doing the math. That's a lot less time. A lot more people. But remember, the Inquisition was the most evil thing to ever... Seth, have you been to the Vatican? I'd like to. I had the opportunity, but I just didn't seize on it when I was in high school. Well, instead, a bunch of heathens went instead of me. You know. But I'd like to go to the Vatican. You know. It'd be pretty nice. Ode uploading the episode of Destiny and Seed in one day. Yeah, they uploaded. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Gundam. Yeah, on the Bandai channel, they just uploaded everything. It's pretty cool. Maybe Chimera. You don't have any time to go. I'm sorry you don't have any time to go to the gym at all. Sometimes that just happens, man. Sometimes you eat the bar eats you. You know, strikes and gutters. Ooh. Hang on a second. It took them 1 month to upload all of Gundam X episodes, but they took a day to upload every episode of Seed Destiny. Something is funny here. Or check the episodes. Check the upload date, because they might have uploaded them and then released them all at once. First things first. Secondly, they might have had limited amount of how much bandwidth they could upload. There's multiple reasons they could have done this. You upload at Gundam X in piecemeal to see, you know, if it's best just for viewing, for retention, to upload it one at a time. So you're gonna upload it over the course of a month. This is them possibly simply going, okay, if we upload everything at once, will that change the viewing numbers? Because at the end of the day, Bandai, though we're like, hey, thank you for doing this, Bandai, they still get ad revenue. They still get money from uploading these videos because they're going to be monetized because it's their channel. Even if you're on premium, you're still technically giving them the money for the ads you're not watching. So they're probably doing this to just gauge what's the most effective method. Is probably the cynical way to do this. The non-cynical way is that they contacted YouTube to get all the episodes uploaded at once. Because, you know, you just can't... If you try to upload too much on YouTube all at once, you're just not going to have the bandwidth for it. It's just not going to happen. You should go if you can. It's a beautiful place filled with old and new history. Just absolutely gorgeous. I love, St. Peter's Square. I love the look of just the Vatican. It has that beautiful... There's so much to it. Is it called St. Peter's Square? I'm thinking of like a... I think it's St. Peter's Basilica as well, but... This is the Basilica, but it's out front of the Basilica, I think, yes! Sorry, hold up, I'm gooning right now. I should not say that to a holy site. I should not say that about a holy site. Wait, I'm sorry. But what I was saying yes to is one of my favorite pieces of all of Catholic architecture. And I know this is basic. It's like, oh, what about Notre Dame? And what I get those are cool as well. But if I can get just this, I think it's called St. Peter's Square because it's in front of St. Peter's Basilica. But this thing, I don't know why, but it's one of the most beautiful pieces of architecture I've ever seen in my frickin' life. Okay? You might be like, it's just a circle with an obelisk in the middle. It goes so fucking hard. You know, it's the fact that you have this compact European housing and like development all around it. This classical place. And then you just have this area just in the middle of it where it's just like, this is where holy things happen. There's just, it's the fucking aura of it. Like, and just look how tiny the people are. Just imagine what it'd feel like standing in there. It'd feel like you're in like fucking, you know, you'd feel the history being there. I sound like fucking Paulie from fucking Sopranos. You need to go to Italy, chat. You need to go to Italy, you know, feel the culture, feel the history. But like, unironically, like, oh my lord. Just, I know it's like, what about the Colosseum, which is Roman, but like, what about the Colosseum? The Colosseum is beautiful. What about the Basilica itself? The Basilica's beautiful. You know, what about, I don't know what makes a basilica versus anything else, but like, what about all the other sites of Rome? Everything in Rome is so beautiful and ancient, and it's kept up so well. But the square, it's like, I can only explain, it must be autism or something. The square. I don't know if you guys can appreciate it, but it's just look at it. I know it's weird to say, but like, it feels unreal in a sense. It's just, I don't know. Am I weird for all the places? I'm like, yes, this is where this is the one place I want to like see the most in the Vatican. My brother went, he wouldn't go to the Vatican, but he went to Italy. He went to Italy with his father-in-law, and the father-in-law went blind because he wouldn't go to any Italian hospitals when his eyes went. He literally went blind and is like, okay, well, we can go to a hospital here, and he's like, no, I don't want to go to a socialist hospital. And it's like, it's fucking Italy. Like, what do you mean? Like I know it's Europe and you're a boomer, but like this is like one of the lesser, you know? Oh my goodness. Let me get up. Let's see here. Oh, absolutely. There are some really good videos on here about the architecture of the Vatican. Dude, a lot of people misconstrue that like the Roman architecture is like what keeps it so well preserved. And Rome did make things to last, don't get me wrong. But the reason that the Vatican actually preserves so well is because of its geographical location. And what it's made out of, and its geographical location is it's a very temperate, even environment, you know, in where it is in Italy. It's in the middle of Italy. It's not too south and not too north. It's just in a good place that'll preserve things for a long time. And of course, also the Catholic Church preserves things, but there's a bit of a misunderstanding with people like Rome makes perfect things that never age. No, they do age. They are restored constantly. A good example of this is look at the Basilica, you know, look at, you know, the churches in the Vatican, then look at, you know, the Colosseum. The Colosseum's old, decrepit, run down. That's what everything in the Vatican would look like if not for the Catholic Church, let's be honest for a moment. You know, people look at, you know, the things that the Catholic Church has time to preserve, and they're like, oh, that's what all Roman stuff is. No, that is being actively preserved by people for 2,000 years, and they do an amazing job at it, okay? The problem is that, you know, nobody ever looks at the Colosseum and goes like, oh, that's what everything would be looking like. You might be like, why don't they preserve the Colosseum? I don't know. Why does the Catholic Church not preserve the place where a bunch of Catholics were put to death for, you know, the public entertainment of people? I don't You know, I can't fucking name you that one. Why don't they preserve the place where, you know, humans were literally, where slaves were thrown to the pits to die by animal or their fellow man? I can't really tell you why the Catholics don't keep that one preserved, you know? Why don't they just keep the, you know, like, they should just restore the Colosseum, open it back up to the public, you know? Throw some lions in there. Ooh. You know? Anytime. This is so fucked up. This is a joke. This is a joke. It's fine. But you know what? Anytime somebody comes over on a boat from Northern Africa, just throw them in the Colosseum. Anyone who survives, they get to get, you know, automatically, they get to stay in the country. Those who don't survive, we send their body back. We send their body back to Africa, says the Italians. That's if their far right party wins. They're far right. Look inside. Fucking pretty much more left wing than the American Democrats. Okay. They very much make it make it for everyone, not just the Catholics or the Christians. Though there is also a lot of stuff there that specifically for Christians. Not that anyone else would be unwelcome to. Yeah, everyone is welcome into God's house. Okay, everyone is welcome into God's house. Ooh. Is that a fucking wait? Is that a Peter cross or is that just a cross? It's just a cross. I was far enough away from the monitor. I was like, wait, did you get an emoji for St. Peter's cross? I thought it was upside down. I do like that meme where, like, you know, Protestants, you know, when they see an upside down cross, they're like, oh, the devil. Then it says Catholics see an upside down cross and they're like, hello, Peter. Hey, that guy's pretty cool. A little jumpy. When you read the Bible, fucking, and like Peter, you know, you're taught as like the rock of the church. He's like this steadfast guy who's like, Jesus was like, I trust you, Peter. You know, you're just, you know, you're just a solid dude. You know. Then you read the Bible and listen, Peter was the rock of the church. He was steadfast in his beliefs. But my goodness, he was borderline Dale Gribble at parts of the Bible. You know, there are parts of the Bible where Peter was just, especially early on, he is just ready and willing to go. When the soldiers of the Pharisees come to take Jesus in the garden, it's Peter who pulls out a sword and cuts off a dude's ear, and Jesus literally has to stop and be like, Peter, we talked about this, okay? Peter, I told you they're coming, they're gonna get me, and they're gonna put me to death. Like, we knew this was gonna happen. What are you doing? You live by the sword and die by the sword. Put that thing away. And Peter's like, I'm sorry. They caught me off guard, okay? Dude, I literally told you several times that this was gonna happen. It's like, I know, Jesus. It's just like, but like, okay, listen, dude. You can't expect me not to pull out a sword. Look, this self-defense, bro. It's like, this isn't the Second Amendment. It's like, what the fuck's the Second Amendment? We are not drawing. Peter's the OG. He is the OG. I just like how, what is it, Wendigo describes Peter, though. I forget what video it is. This is when you read the Bible and you just see Peter, and anytime things start getting, like, a little dicey, Peter just reaches for his sword, and everyone has to be like, Peter, remember what Jesus told you. And then he decides to, like, he slowly takes his hand off the sword. Like, that's... Peter's just ready to go at any given time. And it's just like, Peter, calm yourself. Peter's like, okay, let's not fall into sin. And the fact that Peter, you know, he has that pull. He's like, he gets that little anxious, but then he pulls himself out. That's what makes him a good Christian. We all have that pull. We don't have all that pull to pull out a sword and cut a dude. But, you know, we all have that pull. We all have our pulls, you know, just... Peter was just an anxious man, okay? You know, Jesus said he was the rock. He didn't say what type of rock he was. Oh, well, my only problem was that the food, I can't eat pork, nor drink alcohol. It's going to be hard to find foods. There's a lot of food that's not pork in Italy, so it's not going to be that hard. They eat chicken there too. I'm going to be honest with you. They're not using pork fat to cook their food either, so I also know that's haram. You don't need to worry. That's not going to be an issue. You're killing me. Thank you. But it's not drawing. Oh, I thought this would be easy, you know, just like I do this and that, but I have to redraw this. This is just like going nowhere fast. It's probably like 2 hours. We're an hour and a half in, but we have a half hour of missed stream, so really we're 2 hours in. I have returned. Welcome. Have we made any progress since you left? No. Ooh, but speaking of that, actually, what I need to do is... What I need to do is I need to draw a whole new line here and here, and then when I have that line... See, that's the problem. This is the problem I'm running into. You can see how this line is cutting into the abs? That's too much. The reference, it goes here. Okay, so this is gonna be so fucking difficult. I think what I need to do... This is gonna be really difficult to do. We're still not done with the video yet. I don't think being interested in a planet is a requirement. Just being able to go, fuck yeah, is cool shit. Wait, Steph, have you seen the suggestions in Project Wingman? I have seen some suggestions in Project Wingman. Ooh. I just don't know if I'm up for a flight sim right now. Ooh. It's very slow for me to get to things, in all honesty, and I'm sorry about that. Let me think. Ooh. But yeah, I mean, Ace Combat, Project Wingman, those are games that I do want to play that I've never played before. Ooh. But what I'm having trouble with right now is that, let's pause the music and continue the Tom and Don.
Awesome.
And also, it's a war, so there's gotta be dead guys everywhere.
Yeah, dude, what if it's powered by a choir? What if it's powered by 200 guys?
It's powered by dudes just singing. That's actually...
team had a problem like that. The background one is just the easiest to explain. What is the strangest production problem you ran into? There are actually stranger ones, but I don't want to spoil the cartoon. So the one I will share is, how do you make a rapidly moving background look really, really sick, which is something we haven't done before. But the background team and After Effects team nailed something that looks really cool.
How do you fit something so big inside something so small?
Oh.
That's a good one.
Looking back, what would you do differently on the earlier episodes?
I think, like, the writing on the episode only gets better and better. I would love to, like, be able to look at those episodes and see what tweaks could be made to make the writing
hips need to be wider,
succinct
chat. I
and,
think
like,
I need to give
good as I
Tomoe
feel it
birthing
is in
hips.
this episode. I feel like this episode's writing is probably the best it's been.
One benefit of making an episode we never should have made, because it's too ambitious, is all of the building it's forced us to do with our studio and team.
Yep.
So yeah,
When you make something
if we had
big,
to make
you
episodes
learn.
1 through 4 tomorrow, I think it would be way smoother and easier. And obviously many of them have been with us since the beginning, but the team has grown and grown and gotten more organized and efficient. What has the response to Space King meant to you personally, Tom?
Dude, it's just fucking sick. Like, what else is
that's
there to
the
say?
new
It's
line.
like,
Now I actually have to
literally
draw
a
it
dream
and
come true. A bunch of
do
spurgs
it
got
correctly.
together and said, like, you know what? We want a cartoon that speaks. And
Honestly,
appeals
this is
directly
kind
to
of
us
a-
and, like, fuck everyone else.
I'm gonna pause
and
it.
Who cares?
This
lot
is
of
a
crap.
really nice story of Space King, of how it is getting bigger, how it is getting better support, how it is becoming more ambitious. And we look at, and these guys are actually independent, you know, not to shit on other things, but it's not like, say, Amazing Digital Circus, which is, it's not it's indie, but it's one of those indies that is like, it has an indie studio backing it, you know what I mean? It's more middle market is what I would call something like Amazing Digital Circus. You know, these guys are really truly independent. They have no overhead. They have overhead, but they have no overhead developers or management. These guys are the boss. They are the end goal. And they don't even have a production company, you know, to help them sell their stuff. They also have to do all the selling themselves, which is what Amazing Digital Circus has with Glitch Studio. Glitch Studio manages selling things. You know, they sell the products, and, you know, you get the products, you know, you use the you get the merchandising, and the merchandise then goes back to fund the show. And they have the same thing, but they don't have Glitch Studio selling their products. They're the ones selling their products themselves. So these guys, I don't want to say, like, again, I don't want to say the other, that, you know, Amazing Digital Circus and that Glitch Productions aren't indie, but these guys are, like, truly indie. These guys are truly their own bosses. These guys don't have a third party working for them, or, you know, have to like go to anyone. These guys are able to make an episode like they're making now, where they're able to go over budget, where they're able to go over concept, and maybe make some bad ideas along the way, but learn a lot from it for it. Ooh.
We get to live a dream and kind of like carry the torch for a group of people. I think that's pretty fucking sick, you know? Maybe that's too grandiose, but that's how I feel about it.
It's always amazing how much it means to so many people. I heard about a buddy that's a bartender that just happened to see like two guys talking about Space King. I was on the phone with like a customer support rep a couple weeks ago and was a Space King fan.
Nah, that's fucking sick.
It's really crazy to get to make something that means a lot to a lot of people. Have any fan reactions, theories, or jokes surprised you?
No.
No. What do you want people...
No, none of you surprises. They're all unoriginal. Oh, played Ace Combat 2 since PS2. I think I had more fun watching the replays that showed our fights in Passing Ribbons. Honestly, that makes me think of what is it called? Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, whenever you complete a mission, it has it just replays the mission in real time because it's a turn-based game. It's a turn-based strategy game, but when you finish the mission, it'll replay the mission in real time. And it turns like a 40-minute mission into like 2 minutes of combat. But it looks so cool because you just have like ships you have these spaceships that are broadsiding each other. You have fighters, you know, tangling with one another. Ooh. Cinematic replays in games are just underappreciated. Oh yeah, SEPH, after that, have you seen the Thunderbolt Big Zam? I think I have, but repost it just in Stream Talk just in case. Truly deserving of the big title.
I understand about the work that goes into Space King.
I think this video is kind of demonstrating the amount of passion and love from like so many people.
You know what?
That
I'm
goes
gonna be
into
lazy.
It, and also just that it really is
I'm
made
gonna be, when in doubt,
I want to admit that it isn't just Tom and I that makes all of them.
Don't tell them that.
There's a lot of people out there that think just me and Tom animate 20 minutes every time.
Dude, I saw the funniest comment. Someone complaining about how long an episode takes. What made it even funnier is they thought that we did everything ourselves, and that even if two people were doing all of this, the length it takes to make an episode is unreasonable.
Okay, so we adjusted Tomoe's hips.
To be fair, like, we are going to get to the point where we're
the idea that these are only two people
episodes and making them a lot more frequently, but
the idea that there are people who think Tom and Don are the only people animating this and they don't have an entire team. I don't know if it's like, if that's cute of how ignorant they are, or if, you know, it's kind of like, you know, endearing that they think two people by themselves are capable of the level of animation that these guys are doing. I feel like these are the same people who, there's like a Japanese animator called like, not Lillard, I forget what his name is, but chat, do you know the name of that famous Japanese... he's not Japanese, but he does a lot of anime animation. I think he's actually, like, American or, like, European or something. But, he does a bunch of, like, One Piece animation. I'm just gonna try to put this in. He did the animation for, like, the, Garfield fight in the most recent... in the last season of ReZero. Let's see here. God level animator Chansard. That's his name, Chansard. I don't know if chat got there before I did. Ooh. Let's see here, Stream Talk if you haven't. Okay, I'll check it out in Stream Talk in a second. But Chansard. Chansard is this great animator. He does great work. I'm willing to bet there are people who think that, like... But the thing is that Chansard animates specific parts of animation. No animator animates like a whole segment. Like every time you see a cut in a piece of animation, that's a different person animating. Ooh, well, not every time, but a lot of times when there's a cut in animation, that's a different person animating quite often. Ooh, because that's how you just spread the load, you know? Every time there's a different scene, it's going to be almost a lot of times a different person. And Chansard is a god-level animator. Ooh. But it would genuinely surprise me if, like, you know, he does all the animation solely by himself. It's like people who think, you know, like, there are some people who will probably think that, like, Hayao Miyazaki does all of the animation himself. It's like, no, he has an entire team of people. He will go back, refine animations. He will, you know, create the basis animations and all the, you know, keyframes and whatnot. He is a amazing animator, but he ain't doing it all by himself. You know, there are people supporting this stuff because if there's just one person, this shit would take like months to do. Even like sometimes, even if you have like only like 2 minutes of animation, depending on the quality, that shit can take months to complete, depending on how much animation you're having. And you know what? A lot of times animation is just tedious stuff. It's in between frames that anybody could draw. Okay? You need people to do that. A lot of animation is just tedium. A lot of people don't appreciate how much of that goes into it.
As you can see, the side quests are fucking real.
I mean,
it's difficult, but there is a...
You could see with this drawing just now, I mean, we haven't been drawing it very fast, but you could see how when I was drawing this line, how I was just going at it multiple times, then I was like, screw it, and I just, for this line, I just was like, I'm just going to use this tool.
There is an army of people making
There's
this.
a lot of
Every
little
single one of
tedium.
these episodes is poured over like a labor of love and made to the very, very ceiling of our ability and the ability of everyone involved.
I want to redo this line.
We did promise.
Ah! Erased the wrong
sometime
line.
in episode 4 that they would be coming out more frequently. So hopefully from this video you understand why not. We do see the comments on almost every
there's
Tom and
too
Don
much of a
video.
curve on
Where is
Tomoe,
Space
I
King
think?
5?
Sometimes I think like if I die tomorrow,
there's too much of
at
a
least
curve.
we got to make episode 5. Is that crazy? I genuinely have that thought. I'm like, well, if I fucking get hit by a car or get arse cancer, like at least we got to put out that retarded project. It's
That's a
cool.
good. That's
It
a
is
good.
the biggest thing we've ever made. It's the biggest combination of the most art pieces by the most people to make something really, really cool. And it's been an honor to get to curate that, as it is every time. But this time, like we said earlier, it's like literally 3 times the episode of any other episode.
Dude, I can't wait till we get past our like doing blockbusters phase and just like want to do stage plays in Arkansas. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's still at the wrong angle.
But no, the comments always say like, why aren't you working on fucking Space King, you assholes?
We stop for an hour once a week to not work on Space King, and that's to make the second channel videos. So, fuck.
What should fans know?
Well, they're
about
not
the
making
future
Space
of
King
the
right now,
series?
then.
Oh,
This
man,
video's
I mean,
stopping us from
to me,
getting
this
more
isn't
Space
just gonna
King.
be a series. Like, this is gonna be a fucking IP. This is gonna be expansive. I want this to move into a ton of new spaces, and if they can build
There
a
we go.
40-year empire
That's
out of
drawing.
4
That's tedium.
Stupid autistic turtles that are barely different from one another, surely Space King can become like some level of phenomenon over a long period. That's all I'm saying.
There are many things in the oven right now.
Dawn's pregnant. We wanted to reveal it here on this video.
I just don't know what to say.
You're probably overwhelmed with joy. Can we give them a release date for Space King 5? Or do they need to wait for the animated short that comes out in a week?
In 1 week's time.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I think they
Sleeping
do.
Pachy.
Check our main channel that many of you still don't know exists.
I don't
and
know.
keep
We're
an
probably
eye
not
out
going
for
to watch
the
that
first
live,
piece
but
of
I am very
official
excited for the new Space
animated
King.
content in
Maybe
1
if I can
week
find other
since
people who are fans
December.
of Space
It's a
King,
pretty
we might
exciting
watch it live,
announcement,
but...
I do say so myself. But if you
Light
can't
screen,
wait for
Sleeping
more
Pachy.
Space King content, check out our previous videos where we talk about
Oh shit, no, that
Space
wasn't
King
supposed to
stuff,
change yet.
like this one.
That one's my favorite, Dawn. It's just chock full of Space
Well, that's
King
just gone.
stuff.
Check out their other stuff on their channel. That wasn't meant to switch yet. That was meant to switch after they were done talking. Check out Tom and Don and Space King. Great stuff. Chat shared something on the Discord, so I want to check it. Chat always sharing things, making stream take longer. It's only your fault. Oh, that's adorable. Matilda de Hold up. Hold up. One of the best songs in all of Zelda's plan. This is such a good song, and it is better than the boss fight it is in. Not because the boss fight is bad, but the boss fight... It's very tedious. You think this would be like for a really fast-paced boss fight where the boss is always engaging you? Not really. It's for a boss that's like a sandworm that jumps into the air, flies around a bit, then dives in. Then it pokes its head out and opens its mouth, and you use a hook shot to grab its tongue and then slap it around a bit. Rinse and repeat. But my goodness, is this song... It's meant to be the boss for... I feel like the boss for this is meant to be, the worm. It's meant to be like a modernization of the worm from the old Zelda top-down game. If you don't know the worm, there's this worm that just moves around really fast and just runs into you. And that's a boss in the old Zelda game. Simpler, easier times. But really what made the boss fight difficult is actually you're on a platform, and if the boss hits you near the edge of the platform, it'll push you off, and you go to a lower level, and you have to climb back up to the boss and restart the boss fight. And so I forget what it's... I think that might just be Molduga. I think they might both be called Molduga. But if you know the original boss that this boss is based off of, the music makes a lot more sense, and it wouldn't surprise me if originally in development, the idea was to have something more fast-paced. Man, I need this stream. I was doom scrolling for the past few days. Really? Well, I'm happy we decided to kick through and just continue on. I hope you guys are liking this stream as well. What doing? I'm not a scaly. If you enjoy, remember to like and follow for more. Sorry, that wasn't me promoting. That was me actually forgetting what was in the upper right-hand corner and reading it. Sorry that the kid came off as so sterile. But you know, I'm happy. I was worried. I wasn't sure if we were gonna psychologically recover after everything. You have a lot of... I need to post more art. Actually, speaking of art... Ooh. I forgot to... I don't think I showed this off. If I did, I showed it off in the pre-stream. The before stream. But one thing I really like about this art... No, I did talk about this already. It's just the fact that, yeah, the render, when you turn off the color, you can still see all the render. You can still see the differences. It still feels like it has a lot of depth to it. Ooh. Yeah. So I kind of feel... I almost feel like maybe the white highlight here was a little unnecessary because... You can't consciously see it. It's still there. If I zoom in, you can see it's a little whiter here. But that's what a lot of rendering is. It's when you implement it, you might not be able to see it, but you know it's there. Obus, same. I was doom gooning YouTube page for a few days. Okay, I didn't know that there was something worse than doom scroll. Don't doom goon, okay? If you're gonna goon, at least be happy about it. Like, that's how you get erectile dysfunction, dude, okay? Don't doom goon. That is a one-way strip to dysfunction village, bro. Oh, that looks so much better now, though, the hips. Let me get the original reference back up. Fuck it, I don't care. I'm just gonna get the reference back up this way. Wait a minute, I think it was already up, wasn't it? You just saw the high beams, didn't you? You saw the high beams! It's fine, it's in the corner. You didn't see the high beams. You didn't see nothing, okay? Listen, it's not that you can see anything, it's just that you know they're there. Oh my goodness, but, sorry, I was getting the reference back up to show you, but I guess I don't need to. As you can see, though, with the hips, I was focusing on the hip curve, and actually I need to bring it up in the big browser anyways. So let's go to big browser. There we go. And ooh. We need to size queen it real quick. We saw nothing, chat. You didn't see no high beams. What are you talking about? You didn't see her. That's a swimsuit. She's in water. That's safe on Twitch, but what I was focusing on... Angle? Okay, it's a rectangle. Not really behaving I want. What I'm focusing on is this line right here. Is the line that I redrew, and I'm really happy that I redrew it. This whole piece has been like that, where there's like little things I notice that I mess up on, and it's fixable. A lot of times in art, when you draw something, you're past the point of no return. Ooh. I'm happy that I drew this piece well enough where any point where I'm like, ooh, that's not too great, I can just fix it like that. Can we go to the head? We might, so the high beams, but that's okay. Oh, I can't see the neck. Well, I see where I made a mistake with the neck. Do I want to fix that? Kind of. So let's go here. Let's get blue. So I'm going to zoom into the neck so you can see. The mistake I made is, don't worry about it. Don't laugh at my mistakes. Listen, if we get suspended on Twitch, it's not my fault. So, yeah, pretty much what I should have done for the neck is this. I gave her too much of I made her throat protrude too much. I made it so that her throat is entering the middle of her mouth. Like where her tongue is where her throat is entering. So I think I just need to erase that and it'll be good. Ooh. I think that's all. You can't see because that's in the way. Sorry. This blue line is the new line. Let me turn it off. So the original work looked like this. I just need to redraw that line, and I'm just going to be lazy with it. Ooh, I'm going to be really lazy with it. I'm just going to use the tool. Ooh. I'm really happy you guys have been enjoying stream, and as always, I know I've missed a few chats, and I'm sorry about that. Ooh. We're getting to the point where we're successful enough that we are missing chats. I'm not happy about that, but it's just the way it is. And I just realized I messed that up. You might be like, how did you mess that up? The line looks fine. No, chat. When I do skin tones, this is gonna sound really silly, but when I do skin tones, I always make sure the skin tone is... When I do skin tones, I need to I need to cordon off the head. I always make them light brown if I have the time. And this is because it helps the skin differentiate and pop from the rest of the clothing. From the rest of the piece. Okay, so... Okay, and I need to erase this. Okay, you know what actually would just be better? I should just redo the line. I should just completely redo the line. I don't know what layer I just turned off. That one? Okay, cool. So I need to go back down here, go here, and then... It might as well be black, but it's not. And you might not notice it, but your brain does. So I need to put this here, and then put this here. And then... I don't know what that collar is a part of. Is that... Wait, is the collar line part of the headlines? Oh my goodness, that's mismanaged. That's really badly mismanaged, and I'm just not gonna bother. I'm just gonna erase it all. Oh, I erased the wrong thing. I'm just gonna erase all of this. I don't care. I'll just... It's fine. It's fine. Bam. Ooh. And that, you can see how much it looks better already. Still looks a little awkward, but it looks a lot better already. No worries, Steph. It's a fun stream, and it's always, scuff happens, everyone won. It's fine. Also, don't forget to check the game. Sorry, there's a gnat fly that sometimes gets into my room. Ooh, it just flew by me. Stream talk later? Let me check that now. And I was really hoping we'd at least get the ads done. I set the bar so low for myself. Okay. Yeah, you want to hear about the like the hood friend story? I don't know if Ricey is here. Ricey would probably want to listen to that one. Oh no, I don't know if I want to do that one without Ricey here, because Ricey's the one who really wants that one. Ricey's the one who recommended that one. Look at that thing. That is a... Damn, that's big. The scale in... That's a colony! Jeez Louise! The scale in Thunderbolt is so all over the place. It's so schizophrenic. It is an insane universe. Why isn't Thunderbolt canon? I can't imagine why it's not. I couldn't list the reasons, chat. I think Tomoe's neck is still too far forward. Let me check. Ooh, let me go to the reference again. I'm not gonna pull the reference up for obvious reasons. Yeah, the neck is still too far forward. The neck should be... Ooh, I was zoomed in was the problem. So the neck... I'm sorry, did you revert to being black? No. That is a very weird thing to say to while drawing somebody who is half black. While drawing Tomoe, who is half black, saying, did you revert to being black? Oh, context is important, chat. Context is important. You'll get canceled either way, but... Okay, so the trapezius isn't going to be shown because of the collar, so what I need to do is instead just take what I can. The eye is here. Oh my goodness, I hate this mouse sometimes. It's really sensitive. You make it straight, and then you make it curved. But... Okay, so that one was too much. Okay, so... Maybe I just put it here? How does that look? So compare it to this. You know, honestly, I don't know. I feel like this one actually still looks better. You know what? We'll just work with it. Huge Zam! Zam, that's a big boy. Don't forget to check game. I recommend Stream Talk late. Okay, where is it in Stream Talk? Is it... Wait. Is it the Vanos Crew Special Olympics? Is it the Special Olympics game? Oh yeah, Zeta's Gundam Zeta is still the same. No add-ons on. I didn't know how to feel about it. By the way, I'm just gonna... I don't know where the fly is, but I just sprayed it indiscriminately into the air. I'm just annoyed by it. Revert to being black. That's a new way of calling a Black Peter. Black Peter? No, that's Swarthy Pete. Okay, Swarthy Pete. Let me look up Swarthy Pete. Swarthy Pete. Swarthy Pete. Don't tell... Yeah, Swartzy Pete. Yes, don't tell me Swartzy Pete isn't real. No. Swartzy Pete. No. You don't understand, okay? Okay, it's Santa Claus has a little helper in like some Nordic countries named Swartzy Pete. And he just helps him out. He's like his elves, you know? He's like his #1 elf, okay? He's just, you know, he just helps him get down the chimneys and whatnot, and he just helps him make things. Are we on the right channel? There he is. There's Swarty Pete. You know what the best part about it is? It's just... it's not even racist. It's just racist from an American perspective, because it's like, dude, that's blackface. It's like, no, dude, this is Swarty Pete. This is like back before, like, you know, like people knew about black people back then, but like back before, like, it was really like a well-known cultural concept. This is just like Santa Claus's black friend with red lips, bro. He's just like a bro who helps Santa Claus, man. He's his #1 guy. And it's just like, OMG Lamau. Oh my god, he because of the hair? Because of the hair, this dude looks like just... he looks like a black hobbit. He looks like Samwise after Mount Doom. He just got covered in soot from the volcano. Sam, what happened to you? Imagine the end of Lord of the Rings. And it's Frodo waking up. And it's making all the yeah faces, all like the faces where it's like, oh, I'm so happy to see these people. And then at the end, Samwise comes in, but Samwise is just covered in soot, like he's been working the mines. I'm here, Mr. Frodo. Oh, Sam! Don't hug me. This is elven linen. If you don't want to stain it. Oh yes, Master Frodo. Oh, this is the Shire after, you know, the Industrial Revolution and they found out coal was underneath it all. Oh, goodness. It's the hobbits that the orcs enslaved during the scouring of the Shire that is covered in soot. Ooh. Let's see here. Zeta is... Wait, Zeta's in... So Zeta's in Thunderbolt and Zeta's just the same. Why? Why is that the one thing that's the same? I'm not upset that it's the same. I'm just confused. Well, before racism thing is everyone is happy, but it's not before racism. The racism still existed. It's just before they could have been racist to Africans because they didn't really know about Africans. You know, you can't be racist to like aliens that you haven't met before. For example, like if there's a bunch of aliens called like the Schmookeldorps from like the Andromeda galaxy, you can't be racist to them because you don't know about the Schmookeldorps. Okay. You know that the Schmookeldorps might exist in an abstract sense, just like, you know, the Norwegians and whatnot, just like the Scandinavians understood that, like, yeah, there's other people on the planet that exist. You know, there's a place to the far south called Africa, but they don't know, like, what the people of Africa look like. They thought the people of Africa were, like, this is actually something in Roman text, is that, like, they, the Romans recorded a race of headless people in Africa. They just had faces on their chest instead. Let me see if I can get that up for you. So headless people. This might be a little spicy. Oh yeah, that's oh, there they are, but that's an AI image. Fuck off. I want the medieval picture, bro. So this is a medieval picture based off of Roman accounts of like Africans. No. No. They didn't even get the pigment right, bro. Now this is what a Northern African looks like. They just don't have heads, they're just on their face. The chest is their face, it's fine, bro. They just look like a tick character. Man, and this everyone is people just like, yeah, and they just got lost in translation, and then the next thing you know, you have people in the Middle Ages going like, hey, you know, what about those like, what is it? I can't read that. I can't read what that says. The Karani scythe. The scythe is an object. I think that's not even related to the picture, the guy we're looking at. Is his name Rifus? Is that your name? Is it Rifus? Zeta, Rick DS, and Gundam Mark II are all the same, no add-ons, like the Double Zeta, and Thunderbolt. But I saw like canonical suits in Thunderbolt stay the same. It's just that everything else is this free game. Got it. Okay, I can redo that neck later. I'm not gonna bother working on it any further. And we're not gonna watch the hood guy getting a harem unless Ricey is here, because Ricey wanted to watch that video. Okay, I have a small enough community where that's... Oh, crap. Where I can do that. We can watch the... What other things do we have to watch, though? Let me see here.
I ain't off a B. I just hit a cow.
We have... I think we can just chit-chat. We can chit-chat and actually get drawing done. Okay, we're gonna actually get drawing done during a drawing stream, I know. Okay, so I need to clean up that line art as well. I don't know if you're looking on the side of the screen. I don't know if you can see it. All of my layers and what an absolute travesty they are. And for me, they all make sense. They all, I know what's what and what's where. By the way, speaking of that, I just realized I made a mistake. This line is black. This line that I redrew is black, and I'm not drawing it again. So we're just going to get rid of all of this, and we're just gonna, is it this line? Boom, and we're just gonna make it brown. We're just gonna make her brown, chat. We're gonna Pipkin Pippa this, okay? Why is she brown? We're just gonna, oh my goodness. I like how Pipkin Pippa has dark. You notice that when Pipkin Pippa, when people make her brown, she's darker than Tomoe Mari? Tomoe Mari pretty light-skinned if you actually look at her. If you actually watch her hand cam stream, she's a really light tan in all honesty. Ooh. Though to be fair, I mean, she is mixed race. She's not one thing or the other. Let's see here, and then we need to go back to line art again. We need to erase this. I'm gonna have to merge these layers later, but I don't want to do that right now. Now we need to find the shading layer. Goodness knows where that is. That's not the shading layer. That's the belly button layer. That's not the shading layer. There's the shading layer. Okay, chat, what we're here for is the shade. Are you ready? Chat, are you ready to shade? I don't want to cast shade, but this has been taking a while, chat. You know, because you keep distracting me. I'm not going to point fingers or nothing, but you are kind of distracting me often, chat. Okay, I can't be responsible for my own actions. I have no agency. You know that. I have no self-control. Be the American the Japanese think you are. It's only 2 minutes, please. I already watched it. Or did you post another one? Did you post another one, or were you unfortunately not here? No, that's fucking good. That's really good art. It's kind of funny that she looks like she'd be an average height person because the Zeong is massive, but that's really fucking funny. I like how understated that is. But I think he's talking about this video.
Why is it that when it's someone from
It's
America,
only 1 minute long. But yeah, he's talking about this video. And you know what? For those who didn't already watch it, it's only a minute long. We'll play it again. We'll play it again. We'll play it again if I can find it. Browser. I have to size queen my browser again. Sorry, chat. Okay. I need to size queen again. It's too small. Oh my god, now it's too big. I'm just never satisfied, chat. I can't remember what. Yeah, but this is what he shared, and for those who didn't get it the first time, I kind of stopped it. So you know what? Let's just let it play. Let's let it ride. Let's let it ride. Let it ride.
Why is it that when it's someone from America, it's always blonde and blue eyes, someone who's loud and obnoxious? Oh, and they talk like Watashi wa Nihongo culture daisuki desu! Wow! Nice!
Well, it's not too far off from how some people view Americans.
It says I'm live, but my okay.
Les Japonais aiment aussi dépeindre.
Okay. I'm sorry, we're gonna restart that. When in the middle of that happening on OBS, it just said offline for both things. It said I still had a signal. It just was like, oh yeah, you're offline, by the way. Restream was like, hey, you've been a little too comfortable. You've been a little too happy. Let's fix that. Okay. You can't read shit because of the subtitles. I have to resize this something off. You know what? We'll go here. It's not working. You lied to me, Annie. Annie coming in here being like, it's working. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not working, Annie. Where's the browser, Annie? Where's the browser, Annie? There it is. Now it's working. Now.
It's working!
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Now it is working.
Why is it that when it's someone from America, it's always blonde and blue eyes, someone who's loud and obnoxious? Oh, and they talk like Watashi wa Nihongo culture daisuki desu!
We good?
Wow! Nice!
Well, it's not too far off from
that's how I
people
talk.
view Americans.
А мне нравится этот троп. Это забавно. Япония, если ты меня слышишь, пожалуйста, продолжай в том же духе.
Les Japonais aiment aussi dépeindre le cliché de l'Américain au patriotisme exacerbé. Ils ne le font jamais pour d'autres pays.
I think it's a pretty good stereotype.
コミュニティがあると同様に、お米の文化を好む日本人のコミュニティもまた存在するのです。
Ich stimme zu. Schließlich gibt es Hideo Kojima.
At least you guys have way cooler stereotypes!
What do you mean? Patriotism is the coolest.
Watashi wa Nihongo culture daisuki desu! USA! USA!
It's like, oh, you're gonna, like, that's actually something I do find funny when people are like, oh, American stereotypes aren't fun. Like, what's an American stereotype? Let me see here. How Japanese stereotype us, how European stereotype us is different. But how Japanese stereotype us. Let me see here. All the women are attractive with big tits. Awesome. All the men have like, you know, granite jawlines. You know, they're all 6 foot. They're all ripped. You know, it's like pretty much like they see our military service members, and they're like, that's just all Americans, we guess. Is literally what the Japanese think for men. And then for women, they see our supermodels because like, that's all women in America. And it's just like, people like, oh God, you know, it's just like such terrible stereotypes. These are amazing stereotypes. What are you talking about? Oh, but we're rude. We're loud. We're not rude. It is a misconception that Japanese people are like, oh, you're rude. We're rude by their standards, but they also understand that Americans, when in Rome, will do as the Romans do if they're a good American. Ooh. Yeah, there's Americans who are loud, who will even go to other places and be like, I'm American, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of Americans, we keep our head down. We have good manners. It's not, okay? Okay, it's the whole, like, one bad apple spoils the bunch. Most Americans, they're just minding their own business. We're supposed to be offended by this? Exactly, like, we're supposed to be offended. Well, no, Japan, the stereotypes, everyone is, you know, equally taken down in Japanese stereotypes, you know? To be fair, but like, yeah, there are people who do act like it is offensive. Like, no. It's fun. It's just, we're all having fun here. We're all cool. We're all good. I don't know where my pencil is, where my drawing pencil is. You're alive, thank you. Dang got a early. Don't worry, I replayed it just for you. I replayed it just for you. I need to close the browser now. So you can look at those nice, rippling abs, chat. For a second there, I thought I was being really stupid, and I was like, why is it blue? Why am I shading in blue? Ooh, and the reason I felt stupid is because blue is also my sketching color. Ooh, so should I maybe make this purple? Make it purple, lead it into, no, wait. Blue, purple, red, or purple, red? Do I want to have a triple layered shading? Fuck no. I don't want to do triple layered shading. Sorry for cursing. Go into a deep blue and just bop. Ah! What? Wait, am I on the wrong layer? Fun. Oh, let's undo all of that. You could just cut it out. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. Okay, so yeah, that was all a mistake. Call the men at work. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. There we go. Make you purple. Make you purple. I feel like that's not blue enough now. Make you. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one the most. What's the difference? Listen, if you can't see the difference, it's just not for you. Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah, Europeans are like, we're fat, and we're fat, but that seems to be getting better because of drugs. Fucking Opus. When I read that, I did not think of Ozempic. I was about to just say, I don't think the cocaine epidemic and the fentanyl epidemic is a good thing. Oh, wait, Ozempic. People like, oh, American medical industry is so bad. Dude, American medical industry is how you can have luxury medicines. Okay? And a lot of the times, the problem with American medical pricing isn't America. It's actually foreign countries hiking up the price. Like, I've seen Germans go, oh, I just don't, like, American healthcare is so bad. I don't understand why a pill in a Germany that costs $2 has to cost $50 in your country. And it's like, that's because the German company is making it cost $50. And then when, you know, the American government goes, oh, hey, Germany, we're going to enact a policy where it's going to put economic liens on you, so that way your medicine will be charged equally, whether it's in America or Germany. And do you know what happens? A bunch of Americans, quote unquote, say that that's evil for America to do, while the same people who complain that healthcare is too high. It's so fucking tiresome. It's like they want healthcare to be high. Oh wait, they do. Because then they can justify getting government more involved in healthcare. It's such a fun time. There's literally a part of America, in politically speaking, which just wants things to get worse to justify more government involvement, and then when the government gets involved, they make things worse, which is part of the plan, so that way the government can get involved even more. Oh, college is too expensive. What do we do? Get the government involved. College is even more expensive. Healthcare is too expensive. What do we get government involved in healthcare? That's also more expensive now. Okay, so what do we do? Well, if government made it more expensive, maybe we should get government out. No, we'll make more government involvement. Shit, that made it even more expensive. You know what? We should just nationalize it. We should just nationalize colleges. We should just nationalize medicine, you know? It's just so expensive that it just doesn't make sense. We should, like, you know, and the government is subsidizing so much of it. We should just nationalize it. The only reason, like, the government is expending so much on it, the only reason it's so expensive is because the government is getting involved in it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, comrade. What did you just call me? Don't worry about it. Ooh. Oh, goodness. Politics. Something you're not supposed to talk about on stream. But honestly, I'm not in the mood to care. Okay, we do this little floopy-doop. One thing I really like about rendering is you might be like, those renders, these lines are not very pretty. They are not very consistent. And that's fine, because when they are drawn, it won't matter. I'm going to use a blend tool. I'm going to use, what is it? I'm going to use blur on the edges. It's going to look fine. The SecNav just announced 5 new Colombian-class nuclear subs. Oh, God. I don't know why that makes me hard, but it does. Maybe that's not the best way to phrase it. I don't know why I have that reaction to it, but I do. Oh my, nuclear subs does not necessarily mean that they have nuclear warheads, but they probably do. What it means is that they're nuclear powered. Because in America, we're allowed to do everything, because the civilian sector won't use nuclear power, but we'll use nuclear fission drives that are miniaturized and can fit in a submarine. Fine. Make a submarine be able to run independently for years at a time. But don't put that in a city. No, 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 no. That would be too much. Powering a city with actual green energy that doesn't kill animals, like solar fields to like strip away the environment. You have to pretty much cut down entire forests to have a solar field. You have to, also cut down forests often with windmills. But windmills also, they just hit birds out of the sky, which would be funny if it wasn't, tragic. But it's just like when a windmill's spinning, a very big problem in the US is the bird will be flying by being like, I love flying so much. It's such a nice thing to do. Oh, I'm not like those little mammals on the ground who have to walk around. I am free like a bird. I am a bird. I am free. Bam. And it just gets hit by a windmill arm. It just, boom. It doesn't care. A different bird is like, oh, dude. It's just like, it's really dangerous down there. Oh, look at this really high up perch, of that big white like thing with the moving arms. And then they go into the windmill and they go into like they snake their way into like the inner components. I need to turn on the music of the windmill and then get stuck and then get ground up inside of the moving components of it. They're literally called bird blenders because they either smack birds out of the sky or the birds or smaller birds go into them and get ground up into meat chunks. And then it can't run because it has a bunch of little bird bones stuck in it. So some guy has to climb the fucking windmill and then clean out the bird gook from it and then climb back down and get paid like, $10,000. That's an overestimate, but get paid a shitload of money for that. And it's just like, what is the point of this? Why don't we just make a nuclear power plant? Because nukes are evil. It's just an energy source. People complain about Oppenheimer, though. The real problem with Oppenheimer is because of him, we can't just have nuclear power plants because everyone's like, oh, nukes are bad. And why do people think nukes are bad? Because Oppenheimer pushed the narrative that nukes are super evil, but also we need to have a, method of mutually assured destruction, but mutually assured destruction is bad. Oppenheimer, just fuck off. The more I learn about Oppenheimer, the less I like him, in all honesty. everything he says is contradicted by like the next sentence. He says, we need to build a nuke. Building nukes were bad. But now that we have nukes, we need to build more nukes so that we can, you know, have more nukes than everyone else. By building more nukes, that encourages the other side to build even more nukes. Well, we need to be able to say that we would strike them no matter what if they striked us. But if we did, you know, so we need to have mutually assured destruction. But if we have mutually assured destruction, that'll kill both of us, which is so bad and sad. Shut the fuck up, Oppenheimer. You're a scientist, not a philosopher. Stop reading fucking Hindu mysticism, okay? Ooh. You're a mathematician, not a philosopher. I'm gonna go take a nap. See ya. See ya. See ya, see ya, see ya. Okay, so the next one should be like this. And then we go over here. I'm just kind of winging this, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. Funnest part is that what I'm doing right now is just the first layer of shading. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you only need to do one layer of shading. I hate doing one layer of shading because it looks like shit. And there's always a gradient to shadows. So I always like, and I'm gonna go to the lips to show you this. Like here, let me go and see, look at all these layers, oh my goodness. Like you can see here with the lighting, there's 2 layers of lighting here. Ooh, is it minor? Yes, but look how much of a difference that makes. Now with the shading, there's a lot of shading in the mouth. But here's the layers of shading for the lips, okay? The lower layer still is there, the bottom layer is still there. But you can see how much of difference that makes when there's 2 layers. Let me see if I can take away the other layer. Even if I take away this smaller layer, you can still see how much of a difference that makes. And I go that extra mile. A lot of people are like, no, you just need to do 1 layer. No, we're not doing that here. Oh, I just realized this line has to be redone. Actually, this line has to just be completely erased. Where are my ab lines? Where are the ab lines? Where are the ab lines? That's the belly button line. There we go. This one just needs to be completely erased because it has no connection to anything anymore. Okay. So all these lines won't exist except maybe this belly button, so it's good that I cut that out. But all the abs will have to be defined. Did I fuck up that? No, I didn't. Okay, so I just realized that this line right here is another shading line. So I need to go here, and then I need to put this here. So what you are, or aren't we? Wait a minute. Oh, no, I did mess up all this shading. So now, because I see that, I have to redo all of this. Okay. Go here. I need to redo this as well. Just erase all of this. Okay. So, I see my mistake. I needed to cut out this line as well. Let me go to the line art layer. Let's go to... That is the line thing. Let's go to lasso. Okay, and then we cut and paste, then we bring it up to here. We now need to find the correct layer. There's the correct layer. We bring it up to here. We bring it up to here, and then we... No, that's the wrong layer. Why are you being difficult with me? I bring this here, and then I go to here. This is at 31. I need to correct the transparency so that they're equal. And then I can merge this one with the layer below. So merge with the layer below. Take you, fill you in. Go to color. Go here. This is so much of drawing. Because going back and redrawing And then the line art, there's a mistake in the line art where actually I need to fill it back in because there's a little part right here that's too light. And then you need to go back and you need to look at this and then say, okay, now that I have all that done, let me find my layers again. Let me find my layers again. Let me find my layers again. I don't know where the layers are. There's the layer. You go out, you search for the layer. You go back and you get this color. And now what you do is there should be, okay. So I'm gonna have to draw this even though you can't see it. So there's the boobs. And in the boobs, there's like this shadow that does this. But also there's another shadow that does this. Okay. So that's the shadow that I thought this one was. This one is actually the abdominal shadow. So this one does this. Okay. The angle is off. So what I need to do is I need to go up here. And I need to... It goes like this. It might seem minor, but I hope you can appreciate the difference in the angles and work going into it now. That, we just did all that just for that one line. And then we need to go and... That line won't be visible, but we should still draw it. So this line right here, not even visible. We could maybe make... Wait a minute. What abs are you? No, it's not visible. Okay, so this shading won't be visible. And it's also too thick. We go here. And then we go here. Okay. I know this is all, like, seems really tedious, but I'm actually really enjoying what I'm seeing and what I'm doing. So this goes like this. Okay. It terminates here. It's gonna terminate about... Wait. Yeah, it should terminate about here. So we go da-da-da-da. I just realized I'm doing this wrong. I need to be... It doesn't matter. It doesn't... None of this matters. And then this goes back up. And then you get a nice, beautiful shadow that goes the rest of the way down. Like this. So we have this shadow, and bam. We did all that just to erase a bunch of shadows and put in some new ones. And then we're gonna have to go back and add a whole nother layer. Let me show you that whole nother layer. We'll just put this at 50%. We're gonna just... Oh, wow. That's really purple when you turn it down to 50%. But then we're gonna have to go back and just, like, redo all of this. But we're gonna have to get all of the textures and whatnot correct. So let's go here. And then we go here. And then we get just the darkest part of the shadow. So actually what we need to do is we need to add this right here. This is a cast shadow. Actually, it will only have the darkest part of... Actually, shit. Everything else is part of ambient shading, so if this is a cast shadow, do I really want to do this? Let me see here. Anyway, like I said, SEPH, the Titans in the Thunderbolt, is now named Lunar Titan, and they are founded in the Anaheim Electronics themselves. You know, when Thunderbolt stopped pretending to be pseudo-canon, they really got liberated with their plot, didn't they? Okay. Okay. I'm going to trust the process. Sorry, I thought I did not have my mouth as full as it was. I'm gonna trust the process, chat. If it turns out bad, you can always redo it. It's fine. So we're just gonna fill this in. I'm gonna fill in the areas where it's direct shadow. But I think that's actually looking good already, but I don't think you can appreciate it yet because it hasn't been blurred and meshed and whatnot. This kind of forms this shape. Okay. Okay, I just realized I will need to have these lines consistent because I might not blur. Yeah. Okay. So the outer lines of the abs I will need to be consistent because I don't think I'm going to blur those so I can get even better shape from them. Ooh. That means I need to redo all of these lines again. Sorry if my audio kind of goes all over the place for these streams. It's just the fact that when I draw, I move around and I move my head a lot, even though I can just move the canvas. It's just a habit from drawing on pencil and paper. Man, what a great ditty to be drawn to. I'm gonna compromise on this. I'm gonna go to line art. And what I mean by compromise is I'm not gonna put this on a separate layer. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna thin this out. I'm gonna taper this off. There we go. The eraser is your best friend. Don't listen to art teachers. I've had so many art teachers be like, no, you should erase as little as possible, which is true. But there are art teachers I've had where they're like, you know, whether it's digital, well, not digital, but on paper, where they're like, no, you should never be erasing. And it's like, I literally need to sketch out, then draw over the picture. What the fuck do you think I'm doing here? Ooh. Just like any other teacher, there are some dumb frickin' art teachers out there that will literally just tell you to do contrary things and then get upset at you for doing those things and your art piece not turning out as well because of it. Ooh. Listen, it's not my fault that you have no communication skills and then decided to become a teacher anyways. Okay? That is a you problem. Okay, so I don't know what's wrong with that line art. But there is a weird... Okay, I thought I erased that properly, but apparently I didn't. Okay. Now it's better tapered. And then we can go all the way back up to level 10. Layer 10. And then... Yeah. Don't worry that the shading is going over. All this is going to be multiplied. And if you don't know what that means, let me show you an early taste. Multiply. That's what it means. Oh, I'm really happy with the purple. That's going to look so well when it's blended. So can I look at this real quick? And what the abs do here are very interesting. Because the abs, it looks like, do... a very subtle separate then come back together. We talk a lot so then we can just relax a lot. Sent another new pic pose in Stream Talk. I'll check it out. I'm back in sleep and I got somewhere again. Okay. The bald priest apparently is now with the Titans along with the... What? Fucking... What? What bald priest? What? I don't know who that is. Maybe you can copy it when you finish yours. Let me see. You mean do the pose myself? Let me see here. With this many comrades, you can still fight sufficiently. What the hell is that guy with the lips? Ooh, I don't even know what. Wait. Okay, you can see it. What the hell is that guy with the lips? It's so dangerous, the fact that I just bring up... stream talk without a second thought. Oh, he's standing on his... Okay. Oh my god, he's doing wall sits with his funnels. That's actually really nice. That's really nice. Nahal Argama. Wait, there's no way his name is fucking Argama. Wait a minute, Argama's the ship. Wait a minute. I like the... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to know what the name of the Pegasus ship is that launched in Gundam Double Z. Yeah, it's the Argama. So I read the Argama first. I was like, why are you talking about the Argama? I love the Argama. The Argama is like the white base, but looks way cooler. Let's see here. But yeah, it's the first appearing in Double Zeta Gundam, which is the better version. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, and it reappears in Unicorn. Yeah, Unicorn's also UC. Yeah, I love the Nahil Argama. The Argama looks cool. The Argama's fire. But the Nahil Argama, it feels like a carrier. The Nahil is like the original Argama is, let's see here, developed from the Argama class. Let me show you. It's very much a guerrilla warfare ship. It's a carrier, it looks cool, but it's a night and day difference. So let me get this up for you. Why are you uploading so slowly? Okay, so here's the Argama. I love the Argama. Argama looks great, okay? I love its design. I love I love how it has the launch bays, the launch ramps and whatnot. And it's a big ship, all things considered. You can fit like 6 mobile suits in that hangar. It's a big boy. But then here's the Nahil Argama. It's such a beast, dude. It has the big fins for heat dispersion, which is something I love in Gundam. How Gundam has heat dispersion built into their ship designs. The hard sci-fi of Gundam goes so hard. Because you think these wings are just like, oh, it looks cool. No. That's what stops the ship from overheating and cooking everybody inside alive. Ooh. I love how it's like, oh, it hasn't exposed, the bridge is exposed. But every ship after the 1-year war, the bridges have will lower to a command bridge that is armored. Ooh, every time that is armored and secured. It has a back bay with just like the white base did. It's such a beast and it feels like a carrier. Okay, this felt like it was what the AUG was working with because it's what they could have, which is true. Meanwhile, this just comes out of nowhere. It's just like, oh hey, by the way, we built a big we just built a carrier. We just built a Nimitz class carrier. You know? And it's just like, where the fuck did this come? We just built it. What do you mean, where did it come from? We have this big, we have this big station called the Rose. It's a dry dock and factory. It's a dry dock and factory, spaceship dry dock and factory. We just built a Nimitz class spaceship. What about it? It's but it looks so cool. Even if it doesn't feel like it makes sense and it gets hijacked by children immediately, it looks so cool. Camille's dad? What about Camille's dad? In Zeta, it feels like everyone steals the Mark II. Emma steals the Mark II. Camille steals the Mark II. Judo tries to steal the Mark II. No, he tries to steal the Zeta Gundam. The Zeta Gundam is built off of a Mark II built off of the Mark II chassis, so he technically tries to steal a Mark II. Yeah, people try to steal the Mark II often. They literally, I think after they try to steal the Mark II, try to steal it again. Just, whatever, it's fine. This is Judo and his gang. I've not watched season 2 of Thunderbolt. I've not watched Rose Dance or whatever it's called. No, the Nahil Nargama is the bigger one that with the 3 catapults, but 4 catapults, dude. I can count, dude. There are 4. You see only 3 catapults on this thing? Somebody didn't look at the junk in that trunk, dude. That right there, that's a 4th catapult, okay? It has 3 up front, as 1, 2, 3, and then it has a 4th in the back, brah. Okay, you need to cover your rear. Okay, that's how the original, not the original Argama, that's how a sister ship to the Argama got destroyed. Didn't cover its rear. Ooh. Yeah, but I'm about 1/3 of the way through Zeta, and maybe 4 different people have already used it. Not even counting the Titans Mark II pilots. Yeah. Dude, it gets passed, dude, wait until you watch Double Zeta, dude. It gets passed around. It gets passed around even more in Double Zeta. It's like, yeah, we don't really know who should be, like, the pilot for this. So we're just gonna, like, you know what, Beecha. Beecha, he can be the pilot for this. Yeah, sure. Beecha's the bitch. Ooh. I like Beecha. I like how Beecha's character arc kind of feels like it comes out of nowhere. Ooh, it's more that they just realize that we're not really having this character do anything. Let's, like, make this character who's a bit of the, what's the purple-haired guy from the original series? He's kind of like that, but for Double Zeta. But then we get to watch his glow up, where the purple-haired dude from the original Gundam is just a prick throughout the whole series, Kai. Where Kai's is a prick the whole series in Gundam. Beecha starts out as a prick. He's a different flavor of prick, but at the end of the day, he's still a prick. And then we get to watch him become less of a prick and become more of a man, and then I don't think we ever see him again in Gundam. I think he gets his character arc, and they're like, we're done with him. Ooh, those are beautiful ships. We're just looking at ships now. Chat, please check the pictures you share first, that they're not tiny. That's beautiful. The scale of these ships are insane. And then there's a launch honestly, not the most absurd design I've seen of a carrier submarine. Let me show you, let me see if I can find a good picture of a carrier submarine. Images. Yeah, there it is. This abomination. This absolute abomination with Harrier jump jets. No, the one with Harrier jump jets is reasonable. Look at this fucking thing, chat. Okay, look at this one. It has Harrier jump jets, like they land back here, but they can just launch wherever you want. Okay, makes a little bit of sense, you know? Okay, but then there's this one, which is an even older design for a carrier, and they're like, okay, how do we have, like, the planes on it? It's like, just have the planes outside. Just have the planes outside the vehicle and have them just launch from these spindles. And it's like, how do they get back? Oh, they just land. They just land back on the spindles. How does that work? It just does. Don't worry about it. It'll just work, okay? It's fine. And, you know, like, how do the pilots get in it? They just do. They just do. It's fine. Like, how does water not, like, you know, flood? How does water not flood the planes and make them inoperable? Don't worry, it works. It just works, okay? It just works. Oh god, how many millions of taxpayer dollars went into them figuring out? No, this is just a bad idea. This is just a really bad idea. I think these are like bays. So maybe the wings, there's definitely a version of this where they just are on top of the ship always. But I think this version specifically, you can see these doorways. I think their wings fold up and they like fold down into the ship. So this is when it's surfaced, like these, they deploy like this and then they launch out. Still, how do you land it? You know, this is a little bit, this is like, you know, after they spent like $500 million on research and development, you know? When everyone was like, no, this will work, bro, trust us. It's like, it's the Cold War, you can just throw money at things. Alexandria from Zeta reminds me of Alicorn from Ace Combat 7. Ooh, oh, okay, that's why you posted both of those. Yeah, so the Pegasus class Thunderbolt and that launched in Double Zeta Gundam is actually the Nahil Argama. Oh, really? I feel like we are on another 90s, 50s arms race. Yeah. I mean, I think other people want to be in an arms race with America, but it's just the fact that we should not get complacent but we are very much ahead. It's just like whenever we are, but the problem is America always overspends in its side of the arm race. It's just like when like the Soviets were like, we have developed a new supersonic jet. It's the greatest jet ever. And then America found out and was like, okay, we're gonna make a next generation fighter because we are so scared of this one jet that we're never going to end up fighting until like the Gulf War. And it ended up being a draw when we did fight. But what America does is like we hear somebody else is thinking about making some kind of weapon, and then we go, okay, put all of our money into making a better version of that. Just make it from the ground up. Ooh. It's both a blessing and a curse. We just can't help ourselves. Ooh. But we are just in all of these. Is that supposed to be... Oh, that's a super carrier. That looks silly. That's fun, though. That's fun, though. Whose idea was this? Okay, the delay is like a minute. Yeah, on YouTube, it's like a minute to half a minute. Sent on stream, you started to say, that's not the craziest submarine carrier I've seen. Nah. Oh, my goodness. What's all this? What's all this negative space in here? What's that for? I guess that's armor? Oh my goodness. I think this might be technically using the technology of a floating dry dock. That might be concrete. This might be a giant concrete ship, chat. Instead of armor, it just has concrete. This might be a floating dry dock that they turned into a fucking carrier, is the idea. Wait. That's literally what it fucking is. It's an enclosed floating dry dock. That's literally what this is. Okay, so what a floating dry dock is imagine you take away the ends of this, so like the ship-looking part of the tip, and you open up the top of this, and it can like raise and lower itself based on like water tanks that are in the walls itself. They pretty much made that idea and just they just made a floating dry dock and covered the top of it. And I can tell it's a floating dry dock because you can see that this carrier would be able to fit inside of it. Guys, it was really good at, using it against the Japanese. What if we just made the dry dock into the carrier? Then what would repair the dry dock? Ah, shit. And that's why this was never made, because the immediate question is, if this gets damaged in any way, how do you fix it? You can't. Let's see here. HMS Habakkuk proposed British super carrier. Wait. Is this the British super carrier on ice? Is that the British? I've always seen the British super carrier on ice looking a little different. Oh, that's even worse. That's not even floating concrete. That's just ice. That's a bad idea. We don't need to build it, bro. We can just like hit some ice out of we can just get some ice out of a glacier. It's fine. Oh my goodness. World War II had some crazy ideas. That is the double Zeta. Hey, it's this guy. It's Century. Yes, this is the meme where it was like we have developed a new plane, America, and then America goes, we need better guns than that shit. Have all my money. We need and then the F-15A went on to have a 104 and 0 KDA ratio. It is one of the only planes that it is one of the most successful planes in history. We saw, and the only time it's ever had one of the few times it's ever had a draw in a dogfight is when it fought this plane that the Russians made. But the only reason it had a draw with the Russian planes is because the American planes were partially caught off guard, and also because the Russian planes just used their afterburners to get away. Okay? So the only time the F-15 has had like a real meaningful draw is when it fought the plane that it was meant to go toe-to-toe with. So it did a good job. It's not a floating dry dock. It might as well be. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though it's made out of ice, it might as well be. It's pretty much just an ice floating dry dock. It works the same way with concrete. I think, actually, wait, no, originally it was meant to be concrete, actually. I wasn't that far off, I forgot. This was one of the early ideas for this before, the reason they chose ice is because ice is free, bro. We can just go up to Greenland and get it. You know, the government, the Dutch don't want you to know this, but the ice is free. But what this actually reminded me of is originally the idea for this, before this was even like an idea. The original idea was to make a concrete ship, to make a concrete carrier. But England didn't have the funds didn't have the concrete. They were in war and not having a fun time of it with the Blitz of London. And so they're like, well, we kind of need concrete to like repair the buildings that get blown up a week later. And they're like, oh yeah, fuck. Ice. Let's use ice instead, bro. And then they're like, yeah, let's use ice. And then they started really going on with the idea. And so some guy was like, what if we made a concrete super carrier? And everyone was like, no, that's stupid. And then somebody else said, what if we make it out of ice? And everyone was like, fucking give that man a promotion. Guys, what if we had a super carrier made out of ice? Don, how do you come up with these ideas? Wait, but I literally came up with the same idea, just concrete. Shut up, Phil, nobody cares. Don, you just like, here, Don, you know what? Here's an extra like 1,000 pounds early, an early raise, ice, baby. We should just build it out of vanilla ice, you're right. Okay, and you know what, Don, we love you so much, you can have sex with my wife. But... Ice, baby. White, baby. Is it weird that I prefer the song White, Baby over Ice, Baby? There was just like no rendering done this stream. So maybe these streams are fun, but maybe they are not the best idea. Okay, so we need to put a little divot here because there's just like a weird shadow. Oop. Okay, there's a weird shadow there. There's also, the shading is kind of all over the place, but I'm okay with that. No, that's after shadow. Okay, so let me see here. I'm doing all this work, and it's gonna seem really silly later on when I show you how transparent all of these layers are going to become. So... But that's the funnest part about art. It all seems so big in the moment. It all seems so massive while you're doing it. And then you realize just how silly it is. Okay, and then... Why am I filling this in by hand? Why am I doing this like a peasant? Boom. Boom. Okay. Go back over here and fill this in. I like this part of it because it just looks like I'm just applying body paint. Okay, and then... Oh, that's the wrong thing. We put this here. And... I don't like how this looks, so I'm gonna take this part. Big light part right there, so... The shadow is not technically accurate. Oh. I'm making mistake after mistake. I'm making mistake after mistake. This is why you don't do multiply until the end. That was the wrong color. I just want to put this here. Okay. And now, we need to erase all of this excess, actually. But now, thing is, you can't rush any of this, because then that's how you make mistakes. I want to at least get the first layer of shading down. It's 2 fucking o'clock, and I... Oh no. Well, we're gonna finish this layer, and then we have to end stream, like, ASAP. Not, it might be like, it's only been 3 hours. No, that's not the problem, chat. I'm supposed to be going to see my brothers today. You might be, don't you mean tomorrow? No, today, it's 2 o'clock. I'm gonna... Oh, that's no good. Oh. Okay, so let me see here. If I get 8 hours of sleep right now, I'll wake up at 10 o'clock. And then if I leave immediately, I can get there by noon. Okay. Oh, we lost track of time hard, chat. We lost track of time hard. Let's get out the blend tool. Oh my. Oh my. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna finish up what I still have to do here. Oh my goodness. That is embarrassing. Oh no. We never promised to be competent, chat. Okay, and I just caught that. So we need to go here and... Okay, now I'm probably gonna make a copy of this layer just because I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna be the layer I'm gonna actually have to work with later. Oh, I love that purple effect when you blend it. Can we go real quick? Can we go to multiply? I need to erase that. That's hideous. I need to erase that. Go to multiply. Okay, it doesn't look good now, but you gotta trust the process. And I'm gonna have to go back over a lot of this, in all honesty. Okay, and then... It looks like she's all battered and bruised right now. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Ooh, she does not look better for wear right now, I'm gonna admit. Okay. Okay, actually, that's not looking half bad. These are all ambient shadows. So, they should be fuzzy on the outside. Around the outside. Okay. And then, the simple trick is you just turn down the opacity. Look how... Oh, goodness, it was all worth it, chat. It was all worth it just for that moment. That trust the process, chat. Trust the process. And the thing is, I still have to apply the next layer on top of that. But, I'm gonna leave it at that because it's actually should be more close to like this dark, and you might be like, that's really light for the shading. But another layer is gonna go on top of it, and let me show you what that's going to look like. Well, so duplicate. So, like, there's gonna be another layer that's gonna be like, there's gonna be like, ooh, okay. There's gonna be like another layer that's doing this effectively. Oh my goodness. And you can see how well that's looking already as well. How that double shading. Fucking people come up to you like, no, you don't need to do double layers of shit. No, always do double shadings of layer. Always do double shadings for for shading. Do double layers for shading and for lighting every time. Because you need the deep shadows and you need the highlights. Okay, you always need both. Oh my goodness, though. And the purple was the right fucking choice, chat. Oh my goodness. Purple rain, purple abs. Oh my goodness, the purple is the right choice. You gotta trust the process. We didn't get any of the lighting done. We only got half the shading done. But this is already just makes me so freaking happy to see. This is already just, I am as giddy as a schoolgirl. I am just beyond myself with joy and happiness as to how this is looking. Oh my god. And then this is going to have its edges blend as well. So if I maybe can like tease that for you, if I can show you how that's going to look as well. So then you blend this as well. Fucking look at that. Have a good trip. Thanks for the stream. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna enjoy tomorrow. I'm so fucking happy we kept through with this stream. That's why we always pull through. The abs and blue shading look like Dozel Zabi had if Dozel Zabi had a mustache. You're gonna have to send me a picture. I don't see it. I'm too happy being happy with like the shading on these abs. And then the highlighting is gonna bring it out even more, dude. When we get that glistening highlights, it's only gonna be on the abs. Okay, but when I get these highlights like on this, oh my goodness. I don't know. Hold up. If we did purple, oh, there's the femboy. If we did purple, fuck. I'm so happy with how this is going out. And then you just fill in the gradients with them. Oh, fuck. Oh, I am literally bouncing in my chair with happiness right now. Oh, God. Oh, they had the eyes closed. I'm sorry. I see the this and can't unsee it. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. When all the shading comes in, it'll look different. Let me bring up what you see. Oh my goodness. There's more Zeta stuff. Oh wait. Oh my goodness. Her eyes are really high up on her head. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, dude, that's like, oh my goodness. Whoever drew this draws people like I do, which I don't like. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just saw my own art style in official Gundam, and I'm just like, nah. It should fill you with joy. It looks like even you can make it, nah. Oh god, I have the same problem when I draw eyes, but I'm so fucking happy with how this looks. We're gonna save this. File, save as. Yep. Oh my goodness. We only did some abs, but really this whole stream was just a yap, test how viable this is, watch things crash a bunch of times, there's the femboy again, and test if what I did here on these lips would work out. I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it with the Zabi. I can kind of see. He just has a hard body, dude, okay? Have you considered that maybe it's just like both are stone cold, dude? These are stone cold abs, and that's a stone cold killer, bro. Have you thought about that? You coomed. Oh, God. That's the Narheal Argama and Thunderbolt. Let me see. That looks nothing like... Oh, wait, no. Different thing. Ooh. Oh, my goodness. This makes more sense than a Star Wars ship because the turrets are on different layers, but this is what Mahout shared. There's the Zeta. Yeah, the Zeta, that's literally just the Zeta. That's crazy. Oh wow, that looks fire. That looks beautiful. Ooh, the Hyakushiki. These are why in Thunderbolt is everything else gets to look the same? It's beautiful art. But this is the Argama. That's the Nahil Argama. I don't like it. Look how they massacred my boy. Look how they look how they massacred my boy. Look at the ships in the background. That does not look like Gundam ships. Oh my lord, look how they massacred my boy. My beautiful fucking baby boy. Look at what they did. Look, this is what he looks like. Look at him, he's beautiful with his 3 up front, 1 in the back. He's beautiful, okay? And then they do this. They did this to the Nahil Argama, dude. Why does it have a Gatling gun on the side of it? Oh my goodness. Why does she have a robot hand? Wait a minute. Chat, you seeing that? She has a fucking robot hand. That's not a glove. That's a robot hand. There's robot joints in there. I was about to ask, since when are robot hands a thing in Gundam? And then I remembered that this is Gundam Thunderbolt, where instead of new types, they just have amputees. No, I'm not fucking joking. Do new types exist in Thunderbolt, or is it just the prosthetics thing? Hold up. Gundam Mark II was mass-produced. Good for it. Good for it. Finally got to see its day, you know? Even though it's never meant to be mass-produced, but you know what? Good for it. Okay. Actually, it's become a grunt unit and not the Nemo, like the Bazam. Oh. I mean, to be fair, there is that one Federation / Titan mobile suit that is a grunt suit, which is just a mass production Mark II. I forget what it's called. Is it the Barzam? Barzam Gundam? Yeah, the Barzam is, I mean, the Barzam is just a mass production Gundam Mark II, to be fair. Oh yeah, it's probably when she got from the canceled season 2. Oh. Hold up. Are new types in Gundam Wing? That is an excellent question. No, literal new types do not exist in Gundam Wing as the series takes place at, okay. There's moments where like they kind of play with the idea of new types in Gundam Wing and then they just never touch it again. Are new types in Gundam Thunderbolt? Yes, new types do exist in Gundam Thunderbolt, though the series treats the concept with a much darker, cynical tone. It's literally just edgy universal century, okay? It's like, what if instead of like people like connecting to the mobile suits with their brains and new type powers, what if the Psycho Zaku was like a guy who was an amputee who plugged his like arm, you know, his arm nubs into the mecha so he could like, you know, move the mecha like it was his own body. Ooh. But it's literally just, Thunderbolt is just edgy universal century. Hence why they take beautiful things and they make it dark and grim like the Argama. Like the Nahil Argama. But okay, let me look for a place to send you guys off to. It's the Berry Gym. I hate the Berry Gym. Oh yeah, it's a witch from Mercury. There's technically no new types, right? There's always something that stands in for new types, though. In some way, almost always. I shouldn't say always. There's always some kind of concept. Like you have there's no new types in Iron-Blooded Orphans, but instead you have the Valea Mignana system, which is technically a stand-in for new types and new type control and new type reaction times. Ooh. Thank you guys for joining me for this stream, by the way. Thank you so much. I hope you guys liked and enjoyed the stream as much as I did. Even though we had a bit of a cancel, we had a bit of a rerun. Ooh. We were very ponderous and all over the place. I'm really happy, though, that you guys could join me. Let me get to YouTube.
You know what?
Okay, that pisses me off. Why is that the first thing that comes up when I type YouTube? Let me see here. Create. Oh, hey, that's just on that screen now. Awesome. Okay. Oh. Oh no, there are humans streaming. There are people streaming. We're not gonna send you to Fuamoko because that is not what we do here. Ooh, we are not big enough to do that. So I'm gonna send you to this robot woman playing Sekiro. I hope you enjoy her content. Paste. There you go. Oh wait, for Twitch, I don't know if anyone's on Twitch. Twitch, I'll see if she's on Twitch as well to see if I can send you over to her. If not, just use that link as well. Our virtual time is the VTuber. Linktree. You have a Fansly? Okay. Everybody got a Fansly, it seems. Discord server. Okay, so I don't know. YouTube. Okay, so they have, okay, that's all they got. So I guess you just have to go to her, oh, let me look for a place for Twitch. I'll link for Twitch, but let me look for a place for you beautiful bastards. I really should just be getting to bed. I don't know. Alphonse Garcia. I'm gonna link you to Alphonse. Oh, I thought he had a new model. I guess he just got a redesign, but his model isn't, he hasn't gotten the new model yet. Neat.
Language.
But here's Alphonse for Twitch. It's just very late, so that's why we're linking instead of rating. But I hope you can enjoy his content. He's a little ramboy. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thanks for the, thanks, Steph. Have a safe trip. I'll do my best. But thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for putting up with all this, all the scuff, all the problems, you know. I wouldn't be here without you.
Yeah, mainly that weird.
Oh, let me turn off that audio. I wouldn't be here without you, and, you know, I do this all to keep you guys smiling, keep you guys distracted and happy. Distracted is not the right connotation, but just keep you guys, you know, so you don't have, so you're not doom scrolling like you were saying, so you're not goon scrolling and whatnot, so you have something that can take your mind off of it and remind you that there's more going on to life, you know. Sometimes you can just, you know, have a laugh, you can have a little bit of a fun time, and I want you all to have a fun, fantastic weekend, as I will have one myself, and I will catch you guys on the flip side next Monday. God bless, Godspeed, have a great day, a wonderful life, and keep on rocking on.